Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and people who have nothing better to do with their lives, welcome to the TCL Playoffs. We're feeling a little classy tonight. Thought we'd bring you some good-looking casting to some good-looking gameplay. Rudy, how you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling great. I know all the fans out there are disappointed they don't get to see the gun show tonight, but I figure the bow tie with the tank will make up for it, you know?
No, absolutely. I mean, a little bow tie brightens everyone's day, and like, come on,
That's
it's
right.
playoff season right now,
That's
dude.
right.
March Madness. How about TCL Madness?
I cannot wait. We have such a thriller lined up for tonight. Team Verd is the word versus the Purple Flames. What do you think?
Yeah, so we got our third seed representative from the. I think we're the dog bracket, right? That was what we were.
I think so. I
Yeah, I'm
think
pretty
so.
sure. So you get to see some doggy boys really bring it out on the Rift versus Team. I think is it bad on the other side? I'm gonna go with.
Yeah,
I don't
dog
know. I
versus
don't pay
bad. Those are
attention.
your conferences.
Right. Okay. So hot take. I think the dog conference clearly has the powerhouse teams. I think there was a lot being said about the bad conference that like,
Hmm.
oh, that's where the talent was on that side. Gotta be honest, man. I think the dog bracket's gonna bring it home today, and we're gonna see an upset, straight up.
Yeah, I think everyone's letting us know that it's the other way around. Bad versus dog. Doesn't really matter. But we are into the draft selection already. And I got to say, the biggest thing that I'm excited about tonight has to be the jungle sub from the side of the Purple Flames. This is
Hmm.
actually a brand new team, one that we have never seen before. AI Box, who throughout the entire season was playing ADC and doing very well down there, is now in the jungle, somewhere where he's never played before. Is he a smart enough and mechanically skilled enough player to pull it off? What do you think?
I mean, all I know is ADCs have the best mechanics in the game, so I gotta imagine he can transition easily into the jungle. And I gotta be honest, Adbox, I think he's a pretty cerebral player. I think he's gonna do just fine slotting in there.
Yeah. I agree with most of that. If by mechanics you mean ability to right click and get hit by every skill shot, I'm on board.
See, now here's a common misconception, right? AD carries, at least to me, I only use a left click, right? Right clicking is for the schmucks that play
Oh.
top lane bruisers. If you're clicking on a champion that's like half the page, it's a little different than bot lane where you need those micro mechanics.
Sure, got to get the auto champion only bind. Okay. So we are into the ban phase already, though. Malzar, Urgot, quick takeaways from the side of Verd is the word versus the Darius, and I think that's the Udyr. No surprises, I think, anywhere in there. Taking the Malzar away from Sandy, just that guaranteed lockdown that makes camping easy really mid, even if you have a rather unexperienced jungler. And the Urgot, I mean, you just got to take away from Sauce. The respect ban has to come through.
Yeah, Udyr is disgusting, by the way. I actually
Champion
hate
is
that champion.
so dumb. I completely agree with the chem tank.
I
It's
don't.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think
One
anyone appreciates a homeless man running around the rift, just stunning everywhere he goes.
Yeah, one thing that I'm kind of sad to see though, ooh, the Seraphine taken away. I know that the side of Verd is the word was looking for the Ashe Seraphine bot, which sounds pretty toxic to me. The Darius ban did come through from the side of the Purple Flames. I heard some grumblings, heard some rumors on the down low that there were some considerations for a Vayne top pick from Lost in the Sauce and to leave the
Mm.
Darius up. But doesn't look like we're going to see that tonight. We do get the Zillion first pick, which makes a lot of sense because that is a contested pick between the two mid laners.
Yeah, and I know Verd definitely loves his Zillion. He's an old man at heart, and I think he plays champion pretty darn well. So take
He's an
that
old
easy.
man at heart and in real life.
Right. And Morgana coming through on the side of Lost in the Sauce and Sandy's team. That makes a
Mhm.
lot of sense. Bully likes to play his engaged supports. Morgana is able to shut a lot of that down easily and keep the lane at a presence where Tail Whip can hopefully get an advantage over Devious.
You know what? You know what I'm happy to see? I'm actually very happy to see the Skarner coming out for box. Q or Emax. There's been a lot of controversy in the league world over the past week over that champion. But I'm happy to see the Zillion pick from the side of Verd is the word because I hope that forces Sandy onto something else. Not that he can't carry on Zillion, but I think to win tonight, the man is going to need to play a Victor or a Rumble or a Corki or maybe even a Lucian to Galio, something he can hard stomp lane on and then make huge impacts throughout the entire game.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of pick potential already being picked with the
Hmm.
Morg Skarner. So
Oh, no doubt. That's quite a bit of lockdown for a singular carry, and Varus would provide a good bit of poke, a good bit of range, as well as that utility ultimate for the side of Verd is the word. Not a bad lock-in if you want to take it here. Oh, nope. Switching
okay.
to the Nautilus for the bully.
See, I know they're just hovering that to try and piss me off really deep at heart, right? Because I think, obviously, this is my opinion. I'm going to put that out there. It's my opinion. That champion is so dog. I can't stand Varus. I think he's so bad right now, but I know I've gone back and forth with Bully on this a lot, so I appreciate him hovering it. We'll see if they actually pick it in the second rotation. I would be surprised.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Cool. Awesome. Corky. Gonna take that as a correct prediction for me. Although I said like 5 champions. Love to see that. So I doubt they're gonna ban out the Varus here. Maybe they're trying to bait the ban with the hover, but I think we're gonna see. Okay. Oh my God. I'm so happy to see the Gragas ban. Actually, I completely forgot about that champion. But I don't know if you've seen anyone play it. I was spectating Blood the other day, and like the man actually 1v3 the entire game. Full tank Gragas is a revolting champion. Like Udyr levels of God. Why does that exist?
no, definitely. I don't know. I miss. It's reminiscent of the old tank meta where you saw Maokai, Gragas, like the fat boys in the top lane who could beat you as an ADC. Like even if they're 1-6, they're just stronger. Like yeah, that champion's pretty gross. And they banned it away, and also banned away the Jinx for Bloodset.
Yeah, I think the Jinx ban is really smart there. He took away the Sivir, which I would say is Tail Whip's maybe not most comfortable, I'm not sure, but definitely best performing this season, his best performing ADC. So taking that away, very smart. Another top lane ban comes through with the Wukong, just whittling away a Blood Shampoo, but the thing's deep. I'm curious what we're going to see him on now.
Yeah, there's that Lucian ban you talked about, something to stomp the lane with.
That's I don't know. I don't know about the Lucian ban. I really feel Tail Whip's going to pick something to scale into the game a little bit harder. Ivern, however, if we're not going to see an Ivern tonight, sorry to disappoint you all.
Oh, now they're having
That's
the
not going to
You know
happen.
what?
That's not going to happen.
They're trying to
He's gonna
get me
pick-
off the desk.
I think he's going to pick Jin, Twitch, Kaisa here. I'm just going to name a bunch of ADCs so I can be right again. But I think, okay, Xayah?
Interesting.
Okay.
I
Not
think
bad.
Zaya's fine. I think
Yeah, I
Zaya's
agree.
fine. Dodges a lot of the roots and stuff that they play around with Nautilus.
I
Hecarim
want to see,
examples.
like, a Tristana here.
Yeah.
Because,
can
I
see
mean,
that.
Varus, like, is an ADC that can peel itself, but you can't peel a Skarner that has a black shield on it.
Mhm.
So instead of peeling, let's run away from it. Tristana jump in, also can jump out.
Yeah.
I think that would be a pretty good pick, but I think we're just gonna see the Varus. Oh, okay, never mind.
They're just. Rudy, I tried to explain it to you. These guys are just trying to trigger me. Like that's why they're
Oh.
currently hovering it right now.
Have
and I
you
respect
have
that.
you considered that not everything is about you? Like it's just
You think they're
possibility.
hovering Varus 3 times, and this doesn't involve me casting them wanting to pick Varus?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty conceited. I think it's all about me. Rudy.
Okay,
You gotta know that by now.
Mordekaiser top. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
it's
about
something
that.
Something that Blood loves to play though.
I haven't seen him
mean,
play it in so long.
Sure, for sure. I think
But-
it's okay if you can get a carry away from the fight, right? Kind of eliminates
Yeah.
some of that pick potential if you can put yourself in your own world, especially with some of the damage.
Forgive my ignorance here, but
Yeah.
Morgana Black Shield, does that prevent Mordekaiser's ult from being cast on a target?
It's a great question. I believe so. It's a spell shield,
Hmm.
and that counts as a spell. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes, it does.
Interesting, but I'm almost positive it won't set it on cooldown because Mordekaiser's ult is one of those ridiculously broken things in the game that just, if you mess it up, it just doesn't get its cooldown. Like it gets its cooldown reset because why not? Okay, so we have the comps locked in here, rounded out with a set in the top lane from our boy Lost in the Sauce, who has been going through a bit of a rough patch lately, but looking to turn things around here tonight.
Yeah.
Let's see. Interesting. I don't think either comp is like super well defined with what it wants to do. I guess Vert is the word is a little bit more. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah,
This
I
is a
think
hard
Verse
one.
the
They're all over the
Word-
board.
I think Verse the Word has a really easy way to siege. So if they get those early advantages with Zillion and Caitlyn, they'll be able to set up on turrets and really to a large degree with that siege potential negate a lot of engage that they're looking for, right? So the idea being you see Skarna bolting in like a madman. Mordekaiser can actually just ult him potentially out of it. His
Sure.
Spirit doesn't put the shield on prematurely. Otherwise, it's going to be on Corki to try and poke and get some wave clear down. Xayah, though, does have a lot of wave clear, so I think it's a little bit of a back and forth. I think they do have good siege. Hecarim is a really great all-around character for team fight, etc. Nautilus too. I know something Bully's very comfortable on. But on the other side, I think there's a lot of overall synergy of what they want to do, right? You got the Skarner to pull someone in, set to even take them back further if need be, or disengage the front line after you get that first pick in. Xayah, I think overall has some great laning potential with Morgana, that root off just a Q auto.
Chain it all.
Yeah, you can definitely get some CC for good gank potential and otherwise. So I think we're looking at a couple of lanes with some different negotiable spots. Caitlyn, who definitely wants to push lanes in, get them under turrets, get those pokes in, is going to potentially have a tougher time against Morg Xayah because Morg can definitely pool the back line, get the wave to at least an even spot where it's potentially okay to fight or keep the lane how you want to. Mid lane, I think that's a snooze fest until later. The jungle, I'm going to give the clear speed edge to Hecarim and overall fighting potential to Hecarim. So we'll see if he can abuse the new jungler AI box and see if there's some other game from
Skarner's a
there.
pretty strong champion right now, though. I mean, I gotta agree with all your analysis. I don't know. For some reason, Vert is the words comp is just not coming together in my head. I guess I mean I don't expect the Zillion to get exceptionally fed or far ahead against the Sandy Snake Corki, like a signature pick from since season one for him. And Zillion is not going to put out the same sort of damage that Corki will later. He's going to have the utility with the speed up, the slow, the AoE stun, and the ult, right? Like that's always going to be there. But Corki's going to just like hard outscale. And if I imagine Zillion falling behind, which I think just by his virtue of the players, although Verd is a god amongst men, I don't know if he's going to win lane hard enough. Yeah, that's the joke from the general chat today. TJ on the jungle, I think, needs to stay with a hard edge above AI box for them to be able to have the pacing they want in this game. Because I really do feel like the side of the Purple Flames is going to outpace and just be way stronger into the late game. Even with the Mordekaiser from Blood, it's eventually, I don't know. I feel like at 6 items, this game goes to the side of the Purple Flames.
Potentially, we'll see. I think it's, frankly, in this type of gameplay, with the poke of Zillion and Caitlyn to zone around objectives, oftentimes I think teams find that hard to play into. So, TPF isn't on their game or on their point with
Mhm.
setting up and stuff like that. They can walk into their death pretty easily.
Yeah.
And Hecarim being able to get boosted by Zillion and also potentially have an ult while he runs in mad cow style. That's going to be something to look for because TJ can definitely get some carry potentially here.
I tell you what, Dev, this would not be a bad cleanse game. I
But yeah,
mean,
no, I would agree. Yeah.
I think cleanse would probably be the move here against Morgana, the Xayah root. And can you cleanse Skarner? I would think so, but I
Yeah,
don't want
I
to
believe
say that
so.
on record in case I'm wrong.
No, I think you can for sure.
So I think Eyes got to be in the jungle in the top lane. Top half of the map is going to decide how this game goes. I don't think bot lane's going to be too explosive unless we get some like real heavy action there early. But if Bovie can stay even with the Mordekaiser and stay relevant throughout the game, not get shut down, not go on autopilot, make sure that he is not. I mean, I think the meme from earlier in the season was at one point he was like 0-4-1 in a game that his team won. He just didn't participate at all. He just stayed top lane and pushed on Sion. And sure, you drop pressure like that, but are you going to be as effective doing that as you will TPing into team fights for objectives? Probably not. So
True.
we got to make sure that we see Bovie participating tonight and not falling behind. And we have to make sure AI Box does not fall super behind with his more limited knowledge of jungle pathing and clears and where he should be at different times. But AI Box, he's a very smart guy. He went to Notre Dame, good school. I don't know if you've heard of it. Um,
Yeah, I believe it's called the Harvard of the Midwest. I don't know.
yes. I think yes, I agree. It's the best
Yeah,
school west of the Mississippi. Some say.
yeah, I think it's argued as such, and I think the facts are there to prove it.
Yeah, that and the fact that I think about a fifth of this Discord went there makes it real
Yeah,
easy to argue. But we are into game now. Classic 5 point from all people. It's gonna be a banger. I'm
yeah, for
excited.
sure. We'll see how these teams match up together on the Rift. I expect, at least like you said, in the bot lane where you're not expecting any violence, I am. I think hooks and binds will be galore. Tail Whip's going to need to prove himself because I think he's going to have to carry a lot of the damage.
Tailwhip did take the
And
cleanse.
yeah,
Tailwhip
he
took the
did.
cleanse, but Dev did not. They have a slight edge on the summoner spells because let's see, Nautilus's hook is a knockup. I think it briefly displaces the target, and then his ult obviously is a knockup. You can't cleanse either of those, but you can cleanse the root from the passive auto as well as the trap. So I don't think the cleanse is going to be as much for lane as it will be for that like big Hecarim fear later. Make sure you don't get blown up in team fights or the Verd double bombs. A lot of
Yeah,
early bot side vision, making sure they know where TJ is, so Box has plenty of idea where he needs to be.
absolutely. Got to set him up for success if he's new to the team, new to the role. Any advantage you can give him for pathing or an idea of where the enemy jungler is, the better. But as we
No
get on the
doubt.
Rift here, just farm it up, clear safe is the plan for AI Box, and TJ's going to definitely look to set the pace, I expect.
I mean, Hecarim clears fast. Also, there's no way Blood doesn't know Sauce is doing this. Sauce always does this. Like he
Really?
always sits in that bush. Yeah,
Today I learned.
it's a very. I mean, you also didn't know like Leona's E went to the last person it hit, so
Yeah. I mean, but like, does any lane matter other than like bot lane?
that Leona's a bot laner.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for like, Bobby being in that bush. I have
Okay,
no
cool.
clue.
Cool. So pretty classic. You did say. I mean, I agree that Hecarim's gonna have like the clear edge, but Skarner with his spires also has like. Oh my God, Bobby
Wow,
getting
big
absolutely
trade.
destroyed.
Absolutely getting pushed all the way out of lane, taking 70% of his health and just that level 2 advantage that Blood got for himself, timing the wave nicely there.
Yeah, as soon as you get that Mordekaiser pass up, you just can't fight in that. It does so much taking damage early, and Mordekaiser and Zed, both resourceless champions. Only thing you really got to rely on is that health, and Bobby took that bad trade early. It's going to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that's level 1 versus level 2, so stepped a little too far forward, didn't clear the minions he probably could have, or counted at least, and paid for it. Meanwhile, nice little double bomb there, very getting that down there. Gonna be able to get some nice damage on Sandy. Not too much, but enough to do something.
Yeah, I mean, pretty typical stuff. Blood, hopefully, not going to do Blood things this game and get caught out super early. Both junglers are at the same spot right now, but I do believe Hecarim will be a camp ahead here in a second. Yep, there it is. Skarner went into the river early, but got spotted out by the Scryer's Bloom and is going to get forced off of this camp because of the prio that Blood has top lane.
Now, CAI box poking his little Skarner needle into it, seeing what he can see.
Yeah,
Finds
TJ doing the smart thing
sitting
here.
on his shrine. He's going to try and push him up. Misses that little ability. Going to decide not to, as Blood has the prio.
I don't know if you're
Meanwhile,
familiar
mid
with...
Sandy just hanging out farming.
I don't know if you're familiar with Captain Flowers, one of the LCS casters. The man is also a Skarner main, and I'm directly quoting him, a man who knows that champion inside and out. Skarner's not a real champion fighting without his spires. Like, he just needs those extra stats. Also, TJ not going for the double crab.
Boy, TJ looking for Sandy, gonna get onto him, push him away toward the turret. Unfortunate that it actually ended up like that, otherwise could look for a kill, but Sandy makes it out. He did favor toward the bot side, so was able to escape that gank a little bit there, and TJ did not blow his ghost or anything, so no harm, no foul, but pushed him
I'll
around.
be honest, I think that was a gank of convenience. More than anything else, TJ just wanted to go try to contest the bot crab because he knew that Box wasted so much. As soon as Box saw him clear the ward, he should just run bot. He knew he didn't have prio from the top lane to contest that crab. But from by a heads-up play from Spirit of Fate, coming up and helping get that crab, making sure that he doesn't get double crabbed early. Box is still in an okay spot, although Hecarim definitely has the edge at the moment.
Sure. But all else equal, CS too crazy either side. Bovi's got a pretty even lane up there on the top side, which is good after taking that bad trade level 1. Mid lane, a bit of an advantage for Zillion, but he did have his back, so should be all equal there. And yeah, pretty equal game.
Yeah, nothing too exciting to comment on so far. Sauce doing a great job of recovering from the lane. Didn't even have to back, recovered his health, and right now I think is on the Gromp, taking that away.
Wow,
look at him.
About that. The
no,
new jungle. Who? We got lost. We got 2 junglers on their team.
No autopilot from him this game. He's looking to make his impact on this game. I mean, with that, he'll go back, catch the wave that's pushing into him. He's doing just fine after that bad early trade.
Now, TJ can look at this bot side. The wave's getting set up pretty nicely here for the Nautilus and the Caitlyn. Is going to crash the turret. We'll see if he does make his way down here, but instead opting to go toward his topside camp. So he's going to find a certain frog, no longer a feature in his jungle.
Yeah. Another nice part about the Gromp is now that when you they're backing on a ward here. There's no way they don't get interrupted, right?
Bully gonna land it through onto Spirit. He gets his Black Shield down lane. Is ignited. Nice route there onto Dev. Gonna make it out, no problem. And Bully, no ignite now.
Yeah, I don't know if ignite was necessary there. You didn't force out anything from the Morgana. If it was just the Xayah by herself, then sure, ignite so you can force out the cleanse or something, but Morgana with the Black Shield, she's going to walk it out, especially when you already used your passive auto and hook on her. You got nothing else at that point, but it's fine. That'll probably be up before there's... I don't know. Maybe it won't. Skarner has his back off, has his early cinder.
And they did just see him. There's no ward in that bush. They might be ganky here with the Morg-Skarner combo, and that lane is really pushed, but it's also very big. They might try to fight on it. Bully going to push away. Dev uses his E prematurely. Going to get stunned up there. He's going to have his flash available. Is ignited. Going very low. Flash forward from Tail Whip. E comes back through and the auto to kill him for first blood.
Yeah, that was just a fantastic gank by Box there. Doing a great job taking advantage of those early vision plays and making his impact on this team already.
Yeah, definitely. Really well played there. Was able to get that ignite down from Spirit. Push Devin really low. Below his flash as well. So he's going to be available for repeat ganks. And I'm surprised. I don't know if Bully didn't have a ward. But meanwhile, sorry, top lane. Smovy's going to use his ulti. Get a little bit of chunk damage onto Blood. The punch comes through, but all else equal up there.
Yeah,
Anyway, I was just saying, I thought Bully might have had a ward, did see the jungler right there, so I'm surprised they still decided to play so far up. A nice play to go over with the Blast Cone, get that easy first blood. Really good stuff.
I don't know if you've met Bully, but he is one of the most overconfident. I mean, confident. I didn't say over. That's for the viewers to decide. He's one of the most confident players I've ever met. He is convinced that he is the best at all times, and
Yeah, yeah,
no one can convince him otherwise. So
yeah, yeah.
maybe a little bit of hubris coming through right there. But I mean, even with that first blood, it's an even game right now. Anything can happen. They weren't able to convert any plates or dragon off of that. So, oh,
Absolutely. No, this dragon's up. Bully is walking forward. Spirit's buying goes just wide. Does have vision down. Skarner and Hecarim in the area. Gonna have a nice black shield. Fights onto Devin. Tail Whip getting some autos in. Skarner's here too. Going to half health as Bully. Can Tail Whip. Great ult to dodge the ulti in from Hecarim. And that's what I was talking about. That's a very nice ult that he can use as a disengage to that engage from DJ.
That's such a worth trade for him. I mean, that's fantastic. Got the 6 out from him. It'd be great to see Box try to hit 6 here, but all of his camps are on the top side and Dragon's up on the bot. Looks like they're looking for the re-gank bot. I see some things coming out, but Skarner's hanging around. He knows it's a possibility. Blood, once again, getting bullied a little bit, but I mean, all things considered, they're even on farm right now. Oh, wow.
That hit?
How does that hit?
Riot, can we get a remake? What the heck?
No, whatever.
Yeah, I'd be yelling, how does that hit in the comments? Alright, Blood's gonna ult him under turret. Is it gonna be enough? Bobi's going low. Gonna get bopped over the head and just really overstayed.
Blood should not have wasted his shield thingy for the cannon there. Not quite worth.
No, for sure.
They're gonna try to make a power play on the bot side with the mid rotation. And I think they should be able to get away with this, even though their top laner just died, because they know that neither top laner has the TP. So yeah, it looks like they're going to take this. Hecarim will be power farming right now. He has his entire top side up, plus the top side scuttle, so he's going to get pretty far ahead. Meanwhile, Skarner's still struggling to find his 6.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they got the early Drake. Start that timer right now. It's a very Drake-focused meta at the moment. If you can get to Soul, Threat of Elder, both of those are very convincing win conditions for any team. And I was about to say, Sauce was in such a good spot before that dive, because despite the fact that he was getting bullied out of lane in terms of health, he was up on farm, which is fantastic to see. Even with that, he's still going to be tied on farm, down to kill, but he's going to be pushed up. Just let him back, just let him back, just let him back. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I would also want to maybe turn our attention a little bit to the bot lane. There is quite a sizable CS difference there for
That's my boy Dev.
Tail Whip, really farming nicely, hitting those minions when he needs to, and despite that first blood going over to the Xayah, the gold should be about even there.
Elusive, you know what that is right there? That's the Notre Dame difference.
That is the Notre Dame difference. It's hard to describe, but when you see it, you know it. And meanwhile, he's just going to get pulled in by Sauce, going to get ulted as well. There is a package here, so Corky's going to come through as well. Going to get that kill onto... Yep, they do secure the kill, lost the Sauce, picks it up. Blood being poked away. Can they go for more? Sandy Balks in. Misses his cube, but great play. Going to be able to probably secure the Rift Herald after as Vert throws his double bombs. Doesn't stun, but does get some damage down. Bully, meanwhile, is roamed all the way from bot lane, and Bloodbath and beyond looking for a big play. Box coming into the fight as well. Bobby uses his big punch to suppress some of the damage. Skarner does get the damage down, but Vert has put his ulti onto Blood, so he'll live. Sandy, can he get away now? Being chased down by a very angry Anchorman. That isn't Ron Burgundy, that is Reformed Bully.
Yeah, I'm not sure about AI Box's decision to ult Blood there. I mean, he ulted him and then he held him in place for no damage to come through, but Blood's passive was ticking, so he was still doing damage.
Now, Dev is going to have to seed a lot of these minions because Bully did make that roam, so they do get some turret plating, but overall, that fight was well worth it. Nicely played by Bird to get the ult down onto Bloodbath and Beyond to keep him in the fight for even longer, and wow, nice spell shield there for Spirit of Fate. Really well played.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
going to take some poke damage, but that was... I don't know. I'm impressed when supports do it like that.
I'd call that like super worth for Bully, though. I mean, when you hit Nautilus Hook, you get some. I mean, it's just you get a little bit of cooldown refunded, some mana back, and you proc the Guardian and the Spell Shield, which both should be on. I'm not sure what Spirit's maxing right now. Depending on the matchup, I mean, sometimes I'll max the E, you know. But it's just a worth cooldown trade, and also you gotta flex on it.
Tail Whip's gonna step away. Okay, I thought maybe they're looking for something a little cheesy to get onto Bully there, but
two things about that hook. As a support player, I just gotta say it. You gotta throw those just to make sure the Morgana stays on edge. You know, if you never throw them, then she might get complacent. You gotta make sure that they're nervous. They're always waiting for it. But Blood with a huge tower take early is now up 18 farm and getting the second charge right now. Box in the area, but TJ is also hanging out on those Krugs.
Yeah, meanwhile, the bot lane, Tail took a lot of damage. Gonna be able to make it out. Nice block from Spirit.
Bully's ult is almost back up. They could look for something flashy here.
Yeah, he doesn't have heal either, so that damage would go through pretty much regardless.
Okay, Bully, I want you to big brain this. Flash hook ult, you get the solo kill. Notable that Bully did actually get one of the kills in that top river scuffle. The man is really, really, really good at being bad about kill stealing. They were playing an ARAM before this where he went full support Thresh and had 21 kills. And the next most on his team was 19, who was Blood as a full damage Fiddlesticks.
Respect.
So, I mean, it's honestly impressive that he managed to get so many kills. But...
Absolutely, but across the board, a lot of advantages being picked up for VTW. Bovie now caught out a little bit. Blood's a whole level up on him. Immediately going to ult him, and the fight is on. Some tanky men fighting back and forth. The punches coming through, the ulti coming through, and he ends up dying to the circle. Bloodbath and beyond, getting a freebie.
Yeah, Blood is... I'd be curious to see the gold lead. Oh, we're in a fight. We'll look at that afterwards. Never mind. Bok's just going to run real fast and turn around. If we could get a quick glance at that, the gold difference in the top lane. Yeah, that's a convincing 2K already, which at this point in the game means you're hitting those spikes super, super hard. Blood is in a great position to just carry his team through this mid game and close it out pretty quickly, even with the early dragon take that the other side managed to get. Although it looks like they are setting up for dragon number 2 right now. Blood has TP up here in a couple seconds, it looks like. So it'll we'll get a little bit of fighting happening. You know?
Yeah, I also want to say Blood's now cleared tier 2 topside before 14 minutes. And in case we all forgot, that's before turret plating's down, so a bit of a sizable gap, we might say, in that top side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, Bovie's not out of the game. He's down compared to his lane opponent, but he also is sitting on... He's kept up in farm, he's right there, and he's sitting on a completed item as well. Not as strong as Blood, but still relevant in these team fights against the other players.
Yeah, so they're going to be able to pick up this drag for free, though, with Blood TPing in early. Not a lot of setup there for Team Purple Flames to come in at all, so pick that one up, keep them away from any soul opportunity, at least for a while, and get back to siege in the mid lane. This is what I was talking about. This should be pretty easy to siege with Bird on the Zillion and Caitlyn. They should be able to set up pretty easily. Meanwhile, TJ is playing a little too far forward. Doesn't get ulted by A-Box, but is able to get out with his ultimate. And, oh wow, flash forward from Reform Bully. Gonna jump it on the A-Box. I think he forgot there's a Morgana there, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, Morg's kind of just an anti-fun champion, but I respect the play from Bully. The ult by Box I think was good. They just didn't quite have the damage to blow up TJ. But, I mean, it also traded out Verd's ult. Verd ulted in there, which I think was very unnecessary and a little bit preemptive. Also, I got to give my man Verd credit. I thought he would get bullied a little bit harder in this lane. Obviously, as we talked about, the Corki's going to scale in damage a lot harder than the Zillion, but he's up 10 farm right now to a mid laner who, by all accounts, should be crushing him.
Yeah, I think Sandy's really good, but Verd's definitely proven himself, so I'm not surprised at all to see him playing really well. And it's playoffs, man. People up their game.
For sure. I wouldn't know because... but I imagine that other players who do waste their time with playing video games on weeknight or weekdays practice really hard because this is a great league and we're all honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, naturally. But
so, bot lane, still a bit of that farm diff. I have to imagine Caitlyn's sitting on the gold to finish her item when she does back because that one kill should really compensate for most of that farm lead. It's pretty even down there. It's shaping up to be a pretty slow-paced, methodical game. As you said, this is playoffs. Everyone's excited, nervous, on their edge, but looking to not be the person who throws the entire game and potentially that $90 a person prize pool we're all looking at.
Yeah, I know that's Monkey's entire life savings there, so definitely a lot to play for. But I think at this point in the game, Bloodbath and Beyond is just so strong that I expect him to fight 1v2 and probably win those at this point in the game.
If you think about it, Skarner ult and Mordekaiser ult both do something similar, right? They take someone out of the game. The difference is when Mordekaiser does it by himself, he can kill them. Skarner can pull him back into the team, and the team can help out, but I don't know.
Yeah, meanwhile, AI running for his life as he sees 4 members of Virtus Lord coming in to clear that crab. That's the priority TJ likes to have.
Yeah, TJ likes to call himself the best jungler in the league. I mean,
yeah.
I also can take a crab when I have 3 teammates with me.
Spirit getting the Black Shield down will avoid the stun. I don't think it would have hit anyway, but also mitigates a little bit of the damage, which is nice.
Oop, maybe Blood doing
meanwhile, they're
things.
going to Blood. He does have ulti, so I don't know how much this is going to go well for him. Yeah, Ibox is alone in that ulti pool, and TJ's going to be in the backside. They might be able to get a huge shutdown on the Blood here if they play it right. Oh, wait, on the backside, Devin somehow killed the Morgana. Don't know exactly how that happened. Meanwhile, Blood's fighting Bovie. We'll see if they get the kill onto it. Skarner very low. Is going to potentially go down. They should try to give this away to the carry. They do. Big old shutdown on the Corki. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, they're going to be able to push
they're
this
trading a lot.
Too. And they do kill Morgana on the backside, so I don't know if Spirit stepped too far forward. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but he is going to die, and that turret will fall as well.
Yeah, I mean, interesting trade-offs. They definitely got some gold back onto the Corki, but gave up a lot of pressure mid, and there's a lot of pings over on that Rift Herald, which obviously we're not to 20 minutes yet. There's no Baron. Looks like they're just going to back. No worries. Yeah, interesting. I think TJ, if he would have waited a second or two more, he probably hit his E a little bit too soon. I think it only lasts like 4 seconds. His something charge, I don't know. All the champion abilities. But Daunting? No, doesn't matter. He had to go in a little bit sooner than Blood came out of the ulti, so they couldn't quite sync that up. It meant that he had to finish off AI box, or he had to go in there, and he took too much damage, was not able to finish off AI box when it came out, and Blood, meanwhile, had to kite back. Hecarim with no way to get out of there. It looks like they're just going to use the reset, the back timers, to try to sneak this out.
Yeah, I think a fight's
Dragon.
coming, though. I don't think this is going to go down for free, as Bird, Reform Blade coming in. They're going to get that hook, but it doesn't land onto anyone but Sauce. They're going to be able to easily blow up Bullet. Doesn't get any help from Bird, who ults himself. He's also going very low. Punch comes across, but let's see what Baziel's going to only ult Spirit of Fate. They should take this fight to him right now, knowing that only their support's in there. Good rooting coming in from Tail Whip, but looks like... Who's that? Bloodbath does kill the Morgana, and the fight is still going. Bird lands a nice double bomb. Is going to be able to kill Bovie there. And they're going to continue on, killing everyone as they go. It's a slaughter. Missed opportunity. Dev does flash for the ulti. A little disrespectful, but I respect it for the double kill. And wow. I mean, I think when they saw Bloodbath and Beyond go into his ult realm only against the Morgana, you got to push that fight to them right away.
I think they tried to, but I tell you what, those Zillion bombs did so much damage, so much work during that fight. That was insane. Then Blood comes back into the fight, and it's over. They just go pop. It looked like a good fight for them in the beginning, but the longer it went there, the worse it really was. And they're going to be able to pick up their second Drake off of that play. We have a Mountain Soul on the board a little bit later down the line, which will be good for both teams. Add a little bit of tankiness. Neither of them have like that true tank, unless you count the Nautilus, but the gold income really makes him not so threatening in that department. So it'll be a good thing. They're going to push down bots right here, just put a little bit more money in their pockets.
Absolutely, and I'm honestly pretty surprised that fight went so poorly for them, because they were able to like quickly kill the Reform Bully who hooked in onto nobody. As soon as he blew up, it was a true 4v5, and then when they got Blood out of the fight, I mean,
I'll be honest, it was a Verd diff. I think they used a lot on Bully to blow him up so quickly, and they just had no answer.
Oh, he's gonna go all in here, Galen. It's a double bomb onto Sandy, who's already buffed away, so that's gonna deal a lot of damage. He might have been. Yeah, I think he could have pressed to go more and get that solo kill.
Can I say Verd diff one more time? I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's playing lights out right now.
They say Picto Chat's never lost lane. I don't know if you ever watched a Verd is the Word game, but they named this team for a reason.
Yeah, definitely showing up on his signature champion.
Doing real well for himself. Real well for himself out here.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're cresting 20 minutes here. We crested 20 minutes, 30 seconds ago. We'll be Baron's on the board. Dragon's not up for a while, not up for 4 minutes as it did.
He used his QSS already. They might go deeper here because of that. And in fact, they do. The Ignite's onto him. Dev and TJ are going to be able to kill Bovie really easily with the TP coming in to support over the back, so no follow-up allowed from TPF, and they might transition that to a Baron.
That's a rough-looking scoreline from my man Bovie there. The 1-5-2 set who has the Bork, the QSS, and just finished his Merc Tread. They're going for a real early Baron here.
Yeah, they are going to ask them to respond mid lane. Do drop it down there. That Rift Herald's going to push. I'll see if they stick onto the Baron, knowing that's
Sandy has package.
They're going to be able to push them off the Baron here, knowing Rift's down. Yeah, really well played from AI Bucks, a newly found jungler, to put that down and ask them what they want to do with it. Now, Blood's going to take some poke damage. That Sandy Snake Corki is not weak. He is 1-0-3. Got some items coming through now and able to get some nice damage on the Blood.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest. With Box in the jungle, I don't think that this is a downgrade. All respect to Espen. But League of Legends is still League of Legends. I play jungle and support because in neither of those roles do I have to think about farming. And it's really easy. You just have to think about where you need to be at the right moment, you know? I think Box is going to make a pretty smooth transition there. I played a game with him the other day. He was very active on the comms from the jungle, which I think is actually going to be such an asset to the Purple Flames team, you know? I
Absolutely.
think
And,
I think he's
kind
doing
of what
good showing
you
for
were
himself so far.
what you were saying really quickly there. I thought this was chess. Like, my team's called the Chess Club. They are going to ult flash forward onto Bird. Does have his ulti himself, so I'm not sure what they were expecting there. Gonna wait for it to time out, hopefully. Maybe follow it up. Sandy's taking it for the big rocket and maybe get the kill. Heal coming through for Devin. Gonna keep him alive. Fully going very low, but here's Full Bass Beyond in the middle of it. AI Box is gonna get killed by the Bird Bombs. And it's on right now. The Zaya gonna ult away, get the E back through, but kills no one. TJ's in the middle of the fight. Can they get enough damage from the Corki? I don't expect so. Was gonna be able to pull 2 back and force the flash out of Spirit. And all in all, a 3 for nothing.
Yeah, the tanks just don't feel very tanky from the side of the Purple Flames. They're dying
They're all so
so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Bovie built 4 QSS.
I mean, I was going to say, it doesn't help that, I mean, Skarner also has QSS right now. They have 3 QSSs from the side of
wow.
the Purple
Tanks
Flames.
are taking the damage from the Baron. Bully, are you going to die to this? I want to flame you so badly.
I mean, TJ is pretty
Still
low
taking
himself.
damage. Yeah, 1 Corki rocket.
Blood's like...
There's a Piglet. If you remember that Piglet Corki steal. Wow, does kill Spirit over the wall. They're going to be able to finish this, I think, right? We're going down to 1K.
They might trade a couple kills here.
Nice. Blue team does secure it. Bovie comes
Sandy
jumping
needs to
in
get
with the Myrtle. Yeah, he's not doing any damage. AI Box tries to get in as well, but he's going to pop to Devin. Oh, no, it's a tragedy.
Did Sandy not have his W up to go over the wall there? I mean, sure, either you
no.
commit the play with the TP or you just don't. I feel like they went half and half there, and they just hung their man Sauce out to dry. If Sandy's there doing a little bit of damage, I don't know if it goes that much better for them. Maybe I'm wrong and Sandy just dies, but it felt like if that's the case, then you just don't even TP there.
Yeah, don't make the call. I hear you there, but Verd on the point with those ultis, keeping those low members alive even for those runs in, and that Baron was very close to being stolen, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. I mean, with the gold diff being what it is right now at, what are we looking at, almost 8K, it's going to be a bit of a climb for the Purple Flames. You have to play real smart and look for those picks and not take those 5v5 team comps where their backline is just going to get run over by this Hecarim, Mordekaiser, Zillion combination.
Absolutely. And
not to leave out Bully and Dev, who are doing their job of right-clicking and autoing people who get too close to your ADC.
Absolutely, and I think this is the piece and the portion that we talked about in the pregame draft where that siege potential with Caitlyn Zillions are really going to come into fruition with the Baron as well. Oh, man. Yeah, I think the window of opportunity is at least shutting for Team Purple Flames, at least for this game.
This does put them at soul point here. Honestly, the 1-in-7 top laner who is still building damage,
yeah.
that hurts. I mean, I know you're a set and you don't want to build a tank mythic, but my dude.
That's just not the look, Rudy. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, we were talking about how Bobby needs to stay relevant.
Yeah.
I don't think he's relevant.
I'm willing to agree with you there. Root some damage through. Yeah, Box not going to flash or anything. Obviously, with ulti on VTW. Oh, meanwhile, what in the world did we just witness? Caitlyn, I think, put some traps down. Not exactly sure what happened, but that's that siege, man. It's hard to stand in clearance with those traps hiding behind them.
Notre Dame difference part 2. We're going to see it a lot tonight.
If maybe... Yeah, really sneaky move you can do from Caitlyn. Just put the traps behind the turret. People can't see him and accidentally walk onto him, which I expect is probably what happened for Corki to have died there.
I'm getting flashbacks to TCL Season 1 where Caitlyn was pick ban for like the entire season.
Yeah.
And I remember why I didn't have very much fun in TCL Season 1. Because Caitlyn was pick ban for the entire season.
Yeah, definitely a good one. But Dev's playing it nicely. 5-1-6, 174 on the CS. Not terrible, not great, but it's nothing like catastrophic because it's right in line with where Tail Whip is on the Zaya. So, you know, if you're going even in farm with your lane and you're up in that many kills, you're doing something right.
Yeah, Dev's looking absolutely fantastic tonight here on the Caitlyn. Although, I mean, Verd difference. Look at this man, 3-0-6 on the Corki, sitting on 2 items and boots right now, doing just a fantastic job in both enabling his team and making the plays himself. The man is showing them what's up in the mid lane right now.
Now he's playing really well. That's why the team gave him the namesake, I expect. But yeah, inhib down in the bot lane. I expect Versus the Word to start looking to push top mid.
Yep, they
more gold and with that.
Not the earliest inhib we've ever seen by
Oh
any
boy,
means,
it's the
but oh,
Bush Cheese. TJ and Bully are here. Looking for the Spire. They're going to get dunked on. Pulled back in. No Virtle to help them. TJ's going to get shut down by the Corki. A great member to put the gold on. You know what? There's your comeback.
that's exactly what they need to do. Use the Skarner, use the Morgana Q, get those picks so you can start alleviating some of that map pressure. It's a lot harder to push 4v5 and get some gold back for yourself.
Now, this is something that they should be doing, which is get the ward line forward before pushing in. Bully finally getting those wards and clearing where he goes, so good for him to learn his lesson quickly. But yeah, that's something they're going to look to avoid, otherwise they, you know, potentially, I think it's still a little too soon to say the comeback is on, but that's what they need to look for to get back in the game.
It's always a feels bad when you're walking in with a teammate, you're being responsible when you're warding this as support, and you're like, oh shit, there's 2 of us, but there's 5 of them.
Yeah, for sure. No, that feels bad, I imagine. I don't know, because I don't buy wards. But meanwhile, Dev gets some nice poke. Bobby taking it and not liking it, much like me with broccoli. And, yeah, probably should build a tank item or 2, man.
I'm curious where you're taking this broccoli that makes it so unpleasant for you, but we can discuss that after.
Yeah. I'd rather not say. Now, meanwhile, they do get onto AI box. Huge damage from the bird bombs.
Forces out the QSS a little bit late there, my dude.
Yeah, and that was through Morgana's spell shield, so that damage was nasty from Bird.
Yeah. Bird is the word. I don't know if you've heard. Oh my god. So many QSSs in this game. There's 3 on one side and at least 1 on the other.
I respect it. You know, I remember I was watching a stream or a cast of TCL, and someone's like, "This league doesn't buy QSSs," and I think somehow these 2 teams took it to heart.
So I don't know if you remember, but the team that wasn't buying the QSSs was my team. I can verify that statement.
Oh,
we
man,
did not buy QSSs.
I'm just flaming you by association. My bad. I didn't even know.
That's okay. I also didn't buy a QSS.
Overrated, man.
I was
Bloodbath and Beyond is pushing him solo dolo here. They're probably waiting for the next objective. No reason to really overstretch or do anything. Dragon Soul's up in about a minute, and they're gonna look to get Baron after if they need to.
Yeah, I don't. It's the pick was good. Got some more into the Corki. You're buying some time. The thing about those early inhibs is they will push the waves into you. So as long as there's nothing else on the map to lose, you are going up in gold by farming those.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have had so much control of this jungle and this vision, and they're just gonna fall back and take soul here in 20 seconds.
Yeah. Now this is the free lane push that I was talking about with the good old Zillion and Caitlyn. They get a lot of damage on that mid lane turret for free.
Blood is monstrous right now.
Yeah,
he's 16, 3 items with boots, 3.5 items with boots. He is. I don't know who's killing him. I really don't. I mean, the Corki, if he gets to like free auto while Blood sits there and plays chess or something.
Now I have heard that is the key to being Blood at chess. Abarn can't confirm. Just get him into a league game and then challenge him.
I don't know. One time I played him when we were both in an ARAM, and my team won, but I lost the chess game, so.
You also, okay, brutal. Now they are going to get onto him. Pull him back in here. This is a 3v1. They're looking to trade this for the Dragon Soul, but a TP is coming through from Bird to try and get on and save Blood. He's doing a ton of damage in the 4v1. Here's the ulti with the QSS. Miscommunication timing there. Big root pull back through from Tailwhip, but he's also very low himself. Flash away from Blood. Flash from Tailwhip's going to miss as he might get dragged to his death. AI Box looking for it. Flash forward from Spirit's going to get the root down, but no follow-up. AI Box getting yeeted on by the horse. He was going to kill 2. Excuse me, only kills the one as AI just lives long enough, and Spirit
Sandy's
gets pulled
not
in.
there.
That should be the game. A triple kill coming for TJ. I'll be honest, that was 90% Blood. Maybe we'll call it 5% TJ.
I mean, 90% Blood. That was Blood buying literally like a oh, feels bad. Bully just hooked a minion.
Yeah.
It was Blood buying like a full 30 seconds for his team to take the dragon, then run all the way to the top lane.
Yeah, that was tough to look at.
So long to kill.
Now, with that timers as they are, this should be the end of game 1. We'll see if TPF can find their mental to come back in the series, but kind of a toughie here. What even ulting Sandy in, and I'm assuming with the spectator bug, that is the end of game 1. Easy peasy type of looking victory there for Bird is the word. Can they carry this through? We'll find out.
Hopefully the spectator bug doesn't throw us off too hard so we're able to get a glance of damage charts. But it is what it is. I gotta say, Sauce did not impress me during that game, and I hope he can really turn around the second one. But I mean, even with his bad play, it was just that ult at the end that pulled the Mordekaiser away from his entire team. So no one else could keep doing damage. I don't know if that was the right choice, but my God, look at what Blood did to that poor set.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm not surprised you called the like 1-9 set unimpressive, but I'd be curious to see if they change something up in the draft strategy, or maybe they just tell them to itemize differently, because I think at some point you might have to fold your hand at the table, right? And say, I'm probably not solo killing him, and my team could probably use some more of a front line.
I mean, he did build damage, and he did more damage than the Caitlyn, but I think that was just from punching the Mordekaiser, who would just shield and heal it all up, you know? So
Yeah.
convincing game one, 31-minute game from the side of Verd is the word. Took all the dragons but the first, got that soul, easy push down early Baron to get the in pressure, and really just close things out there pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I think it was a statement game. We'll see how the mentals are from TPF. They come back. If they can come back, that is. We'll find out in just a bit. We'll see you after the break, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another exciting rendition of TCL Playoffs. Game 2, Vert is the word versus Team Purple Flames. I'm joined by my very festive co-man, Rudy. Looking good, my man.
Yeah, dude, it looks like we're in the spirit right now. What you got? A little pun, little bite me
Yeah,
on the sweater there with the gingerbread man.
a little bite me action, bro. You gotta
Got
rep that
the
gingerbread squad,
got the
bro. Gotta
bottoms
rep
up
it.
with Santa ass to the
Oh,
sky on
let's
my
see it. Yeah,
side.
yeah. Let me see that full
Really,
sweater. Bring it out for the camera one time.
really just repping the spirit. We are here to party, and it will be a party. Hopefully, not in the top lane again. Prayers go out to my man Bovey after that performance game one.
Yeah, no. Someone give a little body check. Is he in the ground somewhere? Maybe someone needs to go dig him up. I don't know. I could definitely see a Yorick game coming through. Maybe bring him back from the dead. We'll see a Bovie
Get that
minion running
grave digger
around.
going.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that champion with a little baby set running around. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But we'll see if
Okay.
anything changes up in the draft. We'll see
But
if they can bring it back, and maybe Bovie can actually carry the team. We'll see.
I'm sure we both want to talk about how amazing we look for a while longer, but we're getting into draft here, and what I want to know is what does Team Purple Flames do differently to get the dub?
Well, and this is just maybe me bringing in the holiday cheer right now. I think the amount of spirit we're bringing to the cast right now is going to see Spirit of Fate bring it to the Rift, right? And I
Yeah.
think he's going to pick a carry, flashy, pike level engaged type champion, and he's going to be the
No,
one who
he's
actually
gonna
gets all the
play
kills.
Lulu. What? Have you ever seen Spirit play anything fun?
I'm saying, right? We're in the spirit. He's gonna bring the spirit, and he's gonna carry. Right? He needs
Yeah.
the kills,
Yeah, okay.
clearly.
Okay, so Purple Flames with that Zillion band, they're like, we're not doing that again. My man, Vert is the word. Despite not topping the damage charts with that monstrous Yorick, still had a stellar performance in the mid lane
Yorick.
against Sandy.
Yeah, I'm really begging to see a Yorick now. I wish Blood would play that champion one time for us.
Did I say Yorick? I didn't mean to say Yorick.
That's
Whoops.
okay.
That's
We'll
okay.
forget it.
So we do have the Udyr band coming through as well.
Heinous
And
champion.
we're, I mean, we're glad to just not see it. I'm expecting to see very similar sides, very similar bands from the side of Vert is the word. So, yep, there's the Sivir, and then do we see Seraphine taken away from the Purple Flames? If not, it would not surprise me to see an Ashe Seraphine bot lane coming out for Vert is the word.
Yeah, again,
let's
option
see
to ban the
which band they're gonna
Darius
swap.
makes a ton of sense. Blood
Yeah.
can carry super hard. Not that he didn't on the Mordekaiser, but
Yeah.
the state of Darius right now, it's a smart ban.
I mean, the healing in this game is just so ridiculously OP. And when Darius has time to get his stacks up, he does just dummy damage. So taking away the Urgot. Exact same bands over there. They swapped out the Seraphine for the Zillion on the side of Purple Flame. So we'll see if that makes a difference in the draft. What are we looking to first pick here? Oh, so they take
Seraphine
away
coming
the
out?
Seraphine, so they can't give it up to the other side. I respect it. I respect it.
I literally hate these guys. I am actively rooting against Bird is the word at this point, and
Dude,
I really want to see
what
Team Purple
is it
Flames win.
actually about you? Like, that's hilarious.
It is actually about me. And every single champ they're gonna hover, I guarantee you, will be a Varus.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, man. I'm hoping they go to game 3 because if you all want to see more hype outfits out of your casters, we're just gonna need an opportunity to show them off.
Yeah, I mean it's up to the players on the Rift to see what they want in terms of the casting gameplay.
I love the Tristana pick from my man Dev. That champion is so strong right now. Take that Hail Blades, you get that bomb stacked up, you get that jump reset. Okay, I'm willing to believe it now. I'm willing to believe that it's about you. They're still hovering the Varus.
Yeah, lock
Even
it in
after the
paper.
ADC
You know what?
pick.
I'm gonna give some real analysis as though they're gonna pick Bears every time, and we're gonna see how that plays into their comp, and we'll go from there.
The Jarvan lock-in from the side of Verd is the word. Interesting.
Gonna pick up
Interesting.
Sejuani on the AI box. Another good engagey CC jungler for him. Something he could play relatively, even if it's a little bit behind. That's going to be useful for team fights and et cetera picks.
And I like it. I like
the
the step pick.
I told you that Spirit's looking to carry, bro.
So is that gonna be a Seraphine bot or a Seraphine mid?
Now let's see who Verd's gonna look at here. What they might look
Because-
to pick for their comp. We do see the bot lane almost fully completed here. Nautilus being hovered, a lot of engage for Tristana Nautilus onto
Yeah.
the Seraphine Thresh.
Yeah,
Yikes, look
no,
out.
No flame towards the side of Spirit. I mean, he's a better player than I am based on
Mm,
ranks alone.
mm.
But I was not overly impressed with his Thresh of the day, although I do got to take back the comment. Thresh is a fun champion. Thresh isn't Lulu. So props to him for picking something that requires a brain to play. And at the same time, I want to see a good, solid game out of him. He's going to need one to keep his ADC safe, whether it be okay. You see, I think Illusion Band is really smart there. Hit both mid and bot because we're not sure where that Seraphine's going. Right? It could, I mean,
Nah,
potentially
I'm
even go
like,
top. It's not going to go top though. Do you think it's going to go mid or AD? What do you think?
nah, I think it's gonna go ADC. I
You do?
really do. I do, but
I mean, the thing is, either way, the Seraphine is going to be on one of the hard carries for the side of the Purple Flames.
yeah, for sure. But anyway, Vagar, another nice pick that Verd loves to play.
Mm-hmm.
Not actually prioritizing necessarily as many topside bans, except for the super OP Darius this time, and trying to take it away from Verd. He was able to really navigate a lot of the early mid game and get a nice lead for his team.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you what, I'm not sure where that puts Verd. I think that leaves him at Anivia, according to like people's draft boards, in terms of like what he prios next. Although, if you ask the man, he doesn't consider himself much of an Anivia player. I think he's pretty good. Oh, the Victor ban. Okay, good. That's fantastic. That's a great ban. Let's see the Rumble mid. Let me see it, Sandy. Give it to
Yeah,
me. I want it.
we're here for Rumble mid.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't.
Dude's
The
nuts on
Corki,
Rumble mid, man.
the Corki was fine, but I mean, he did less than the Zillion. And I don't think that's a losing matchup for Corky.
No, I think he just didn't have enough time to scale with how quickly the game snowballed out of the top side. And
Yeah.
all right, now if they pick the Varus here, they will have a lot of CC with the Nautilus, Jarvan, Tristana damage over the top. We'll see if that is what they opt for. Instead, picking a Nibby. I think that's really interesting. I think a Varus mid lane. You know, I think that's a strong pick, something of a contender.
I do like being right a lot. So I think it'll be Rumble and what's that thing called?
Dude,
Shen.
I swear to God, if even Tailwhip's getting it on it, y'all could just
Run it
never
back. I don't
cast again.
really Mordekaiser again. That's a lot of AP. They're gonna have to go an AD mid laner or an actual ADC here and give Seraphine to Sandy.
Yeah, now Bovie is gifting away the matchup to Blood to see what he wants to play into it. We'll see what he picks, getting the last pick.
I mean, we need to see some AD out of the side of the Purple Flames here. But yeah, it's Bovie's turn to play the Mordekaiser. Not gonna let Blood do that to him again.
Yone, let's go. Sandy Yone. I'm excited to see that, man.
It has to be
All
Sandy
right, now if they round out their comp with Varus here, that will be a lot of lockdown with the Nautilus and Anivia stun too.
Yep, Tristana top ability.
Yeah, I could see that stun route from the Varus spreading out across the board, rooting everyone. So I think it would have been best in slot. I think Mundo here not as good as the Varus. If we're just thinking in terms of top laners, right? Like, is Mundo okay in the top lane? Sure, but he's no Varus in this meta. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. But Mundo is what we end up with, and that's not what I consider a blood champion. But I tell you what, the man definitely picked for the game that he's in, with
Yeah.
all the AP damage just float around. I mean, even Yone, I think his passive, because of his passive, he does 50% AD, 50% AP. I don't know. I don't play hard to play champion, so Abarn, feel free to correct me in the comments, you little teacher's pet.
All right, can we like? I know I mentioned it to you this off broadcast, right? But like, everyone in chat, can we admit that Abarn reminds us all a little bit of that kid from the Polar Express who just knows everything? Maybe a little bit. You know, I'm talking about the kid with the glasses. Yeah, it. I would say the likeliness, like the way they look, it's uncanny, right? It's just uncanny.
Absolutely, it's so obvious that I can't believe I never thought of it myself.
Yeah, but looking at the comps overall, what are you thinking? What are you seeing? What do you expecting?
I don't know. I think this team comp is going to have to live or die on the mid lane. We said kind of a similar thing last time, but with Tail Whip on the Seraphine, he's just not going to be. I mean, Seraphine does so much to carry her team, but she's not going to carry her team in the way that like a Jhin does, right? She's that silent carry with that just ridiculous Moonstone healing numbers. So double support bot lane. Has a lot of pick potential because her ult just actually goes forever. Yone, I've never seen Sandy play Yone, and I'm very excited to. But if they don't get the Yone fed, then Mundo will actually be impossible to kill. Like,
Yeah.
Blood will just never die. And, I mean, Mundo doesn't have any hard CC of his own, and it's not that he does, like, ridiculous damage, but the man heals, and he has, like, 90% tenacity. No, it's not that much, but he has ridiculous tenacity built into his kit. As well as the natural AP or MR scaling against all the AP that's coming out from the other side, it's just going to be It's going to be a bit of a run over, and that's like just looking at the top lane. Anivia's going to scale dummy well. Tristana's going to scale dummy well. Bully showed us last time that he has the ability to get those picks on the Nautilus. He's not afraid to go for those plays, and this time without the Morgana Black Shield, we might see those plays be a little bit more successful.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a very volatile bot lane with Seraphine Thresh against Tristana Nautilus. If Tristana Nautilus can get a good hook, maybe a level 2 all in or level 3 all in, that could really snowball the lane. That if they even show their faces, any hooks of death. In the mid lane, I think, yeah, it's gonna be up to Sandy. I think he picked a champion that's gonna have the ability and the functionality to actually carry from whatever position of the game it's in, early, mid, late. And I think they're putting a lot of the onus on him to actually carry, especially being the only AD damage on their team right now. If he doesn't get ahead, or even if he falls a little bit behind, their team's going to struggle on the damage side. That's just
No doubt.
easy itemization across the board for Team Bird is the word to build against.
I like the Sedge pick for Box, though, at the same time. Sedge is a champion that even when you're behind, you have your passive to make you just that little bit extra tankier. And you have QR, which is just a fantastic engage to try to get someone picked out, It's going to be hard because, like, who do you pick out from the other side? Mundo's hard to kill. Jarvan can jump away. Anivia has Egg. Tristana has jump. Nautilus has his hook. But at the same time, you're going to have to be making those proactive plays. And I'm not going to say like Sedge is a beginner-friendly jungler, but Sedge is a very beginner-friendly jungler. One of the first ones I learned during last season when I was like, what do I play to like go well with the team comp, And at the same time, Sedge does really well with other melees like the Mundo and the Yone, because that, or not the Mundo, sorry, the Mordekaiser and the Yone, because that stacks your passive so she can get that E-proc off even faster.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how these two teams play. I think we're going to see some definite tech with the Seraphine ADC. I know I've seen it before in solo queue games and otherwise, but it's going to be up to Tailwhip to play something a little bit off kosher for him, not a traditional ADC, and we'll see if he's got the wherewithal to make it happen.
Off kosher and wherewithal in the same sentence.
You like that?
My God, that's the Notre Dame difference.
That's the Notre Dame difference.
Sorry, I just think I'm really funny. My apologies to anybody in the cast who didn't, who doesn't get all of these jokes. It's okay. So Yone with the Ignite versus the TP from the side of Verd might make a difference in this game as we get rolling onto the Rift.
Yeah,
I'm ready for a spicy one.
Level 1s, any cheeses, anything exciting in that regard, but a little bit of a delay getting on here. The lights have come on. The show must go on. Eventually, these characters will load in. There we go.
And looks we are into game.
Game 2, baby. Game 2. Let's get it. I'm ready for another costume change. I demand a game 3.
I know exactly what I'm going to wear if we make it there. I don't have enough time to change for the interviews, so they better give me the silver scrapes.
You know what? I'm willing to do a mad dash.
Okay, quick, just call out to all of my haters in the chat. I do keep mixing up names. I apologize. I'm on a couple of drugs right now. I twisted my knee pretty badly over the weekend playing basketball. I don't know. Look at me. I'm a natural baller, but my knee is so swollen right now. And I apologize if I'm not perfect.
Oh my God, that's killing me.
So,
were you dunking on him, Rudy? Be honest. Were you dunking on him?
No, but I did actually knock a girl over twice by setting too good of a pick. I make a great wall.
Accidentally, or because you could?
Because I'm a much better wall than door.
I don't even know where to go with that, man. I want to watch.
Let's talk about League of Legends. Let's talk about League of Legends.
For sure. Whew, yeah, we'll get on the rip. No level 1 cheeses. Looking like a traditional clear, but AI Box actually starting on his blue buff side. Gonna do a little bit of a cross jungling. Hopefully should set him up to do the crabs without any fights or any problems, and maybe gank bot side knowing how volatile that lane could be.
Yeah, no doubt. Box going for the top side start, as you were saying. Sauce going to be a little bit late to lane, so not going to be sitting in that bush. But Spirit and Tailwhip faking the leash, making sure that they don't give away too much information, because we do not see any early red side wards on the blue side.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know. I get why we fake leashes and all, but like if you just look at their mana bar and no mana was used, they probably didn't leash. Meanwhile, wow, Bofi really doing it to him there. Does Brock his Conqueror for a lot of damage, but Blood Hands hits a cleaver and it's about an even trade.
Yeah, I mean, Bovi doing to Blood what Blood did to Bovi last time, just getting that early trade. But Mundo does have that built-in sustain in his lifesteal. I don't know. I saw a really funny graphic the other day that was comparing the passives of Mundo and Yone. Yone's is like 3 full. Oh no, it wasn't Yone. It was Viego, the new champion. Viego has like 3 full paragraphs, and Mundo's is Mundo regenerates X% of missing health per second.
Sometimes it's all you need, man. Simplicity, the Southern life.
True. True.
Yeah. Meanwhile, people are just farming. I thought this would be a lot more explosive. I don't know why, but like when I saw them load into games, the champions they picked, I was expecting first blood to happen immediately. Good player from Spirit of Fate. Actually gonna immediately get onto Deb. Doesn't have any follow up yet, but denying that jump in and actually winning out very hard in that trade. And AI Box is right there. They could look to get a kill here. Bully stepping up for another hook. If they let him get hooked, that's like right there. They just need to bait that hook and a call for AI Box. Meanwhile, on the top side, TJ is going to get onto Lost in the Sauce, autoing away, going to hold his EQ. Does knock it up. Bobby not flashing that, but does take a cleaver. Blood's going for another one. First blood top side. Oof.
Yep, Blood has a gold lead and a kill.
On the bot side. Oh my goodness, Spirit with the play on Dev's jump. Gonna kill him easily.
Spirit's last tick of the night gets the kill.
And who was saying he's a Lulu only player?
I did not say he was a Lulu only player.
Excuse
I
me?
said I gotta give the man props. I want to see him do well, and he just did well.
Wow. That play in the middle of the jump interaction.
Yep, you did
My
the one
man.
thing that if you're playing Thresh, you need to be able to do, which is play people out of their abilities.
Now, Sandy and Berg gonna look to fight here. TJ coming over, but AI is right there for the counter gank. Does see the passive come through for Sejuani, so TJ's gonna run for the hills. Yeah, I think honestly, if these teams like could bait in, maybe even eat some of the CC because they're so high health, just to get the fight off, you know, they could get a lot more kills potentially.
Yeah,
Right,
no
bot
doubt.
side, we saw it. If we let Nautilus hook us, like we're probably not going to die right away. And the box is in the area. They do turn around and get a gank kill on the bot side, but even here, if Sandy comes back, lets himself get hit by that Anivia stun, even probably eats the Jarvan EQ. They doubt he would die, and AI's counter can probably proc for his passive if nothing else.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they saw no, it's okay. I'm just going back to comment on what we saw. We saw the top side gank matched by the bot side gank. First blood obviously going up top, slight goldie there, but fantastic job by Box, the new jungler, the new kid on the block, responding and getting that in. Good stuff.
Yeah, he's checking off all the boxes for the jungle right now, man. Got a nice lead for himself, a good assist on the board, and getting the lanes off to a good start.
I mean, it definitely won't feel good, but having a fed Mundo won't be as painful as having the fed Mordekaiser was.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I've definitely seen experience, and this is me being the ADC, where people who get too fed and they're a tank who don't build any damage items just still walk you down and kill you because they can.
No doubt, no doubt. Mundo has a lot of damage just like built into his kit. His E gives him AD based on missing health, and A-Barn, if you correct me, we'll have words. But it's maybe not as painful as the damage as the Mordekaiser was last time. I don't know, but it's just one kill on the Mundo. He's not fed yet by any means. Anything could happen. He could exit lane 1 in 10 for all we know. Blood does have the occasional inty streak in him, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens next.
Yeah, I think a good mark of progress here would. Meanwhile, we have a gank in the mid side. Stun's coming through on the Sandy. TJ is going to come through. He does actually have to go back to that. It's level 6, gets a ton of damage on the TJ. He's only level 5. He's going to have to flash away, but gets the EQ back in. Good flash away from Sandy to dodge the knockup, but almost turned that around on TJ as he hit level 6 himself.
Yeah, I mean, Sandy definitely was going for the kill the entire time there, just like based on the way he was walking. He could have walked back a little bit because the drop wasn't 6 yet.
Now, Blood's going to be ulted in. Does have his own ult just to heal up, so. All right. Nice little standoff here.
A little trade of ults there. Both going to end up pretty close to full HP. Just going to be padding those damage charts for both of themselves as they want to finish this game looking real good.
And
narrow miss by Billy.
Yeah, that hitbox on that champion is ridiculous. So surprised that actually missed there.
I think it's fun.
You think it's fun?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Sandy gave up 4 farm to go for like a potential trade there on Verd. Not sure how worth that was, but he does flash the Fnatic and walks away.
Blood doesn't have ulti here. Is he gonna get pulled in? Not quite. Sauce respecting him pretty greatly, just probably looking to have an even lane compared to how the last game went. And they're looking to set up the dragon now. Reform Bully and Dev are coming down. So is the Jarvan. This dragon's getting low. They're going to be able to smite it away. Let's see if there's a fight after. But nope. Looks like the teams are going to respect each other. Go back the way they came. And
yeah, I think they
free little
started
dragon
that.
pickup.
I think they started that a while ago. It just took them a bit because, you know, no ADC. But as soon as they saw Jarvan, like Sandy with that good trade onto the Jarvan in the 2v1 mid lane, uses ult there and just flashed it away, but the Jarvan's low and can't run to the Drake, you know, can't contest. Bird backs and TPs, which is his advantage in this lane. Sandy did use his Ignite and Flash against that Jarvan, so Verd has a little bit of pressure. Now that he knows the pressure is off from Sandy, can push in, has his early mana, grabbed a couple books on his way back, and is just going to keep shoving these waves in against this Yone until he has a chance to back himself and get his cooldowns back up.
Fully looking forward here. Trying to find something, won't find a thing. And the J4 is also in the area, but right on the bad timing of the bot lane, so I don't expect anything to come of this.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it last game, it was the
I don't
Xayah.
know. It looked like a hook landed there, but that's about it from Spirit.
Yeah, you think about it last game, it was the Xayah and the Morgana from the side of Spirit and Tail Whip. I mean, Thresh and Seraphine can both obviously peel for themselves, but not as well as a Black Shield and a Xayah ult could, you know? So Bully, if I was Bully, I'd be a lot more excited for my opportunity. Oh my god.
They could kill this guy. Oh, nice play again. Jumped a little too early. I mean, I don't know. Dev's 6. They probably just could have killed Spirit if they walked up and actually fought him.
So if you time it right, I was actually watching a Corey JJ video about this the other day. If you time the flay right against Nautilus, you can actually, it's not right before he hits you, and it's not as soon as he, or it's not right before his model gets to you, and it's like halfway in between like his travel time. You can, oh, turn to this. After that, quick trade. Okay. Yeah. So if you flay at the correct time, you can flay Nautilus away and walk away without getting hit by the passive auto. There's like a tiny gap where you can do it right, and it's like perfect Thresh mechanics, but I'd be interested to see.
Sandy doesn't have flash. Gonna get ganked on. Stunned by the bird is the word squad. Gonna be able to hold out of it, actually. Wow, I thought he was dead for sure there.
Yeah, I think that's a...
Ulti coming forward. Gonna land on the TJ. There is a Mordekaiser here. He's trying to dunk onto him and get him something. Pulled back in and lost the sauce. Nice little pickup there.
I believe that's a misplay by TJ there, at the risk of getting corrected again. I think Yone ult either goes the full distance if it hits no one, or goes right to behind the last person hit. So I think if TJ would have stepped in front of the Yone ult, he would have been able to keep him from dashing all the way out there. But great counter gank and into the the bot lane roam up to get that early Rift Herald secured.
Well, there is a bit of a CS diff in the top side. Blood having the lane to himself for a while. But Bovie did get a kill, so a much better spot, as we'll recall, in game one.
Squad top
boy,
right.
It's the Goon squad coming for you, Blood. Gonna try and walk out of this. Throwing up the mastery. Gonna dodge away from that. There's no way they kill that dude. Hook landing. Spirit, okay. Knock up coming. Does get the Ignite down. They're gonna flash it off. Can they kill him? Absolutely. Sometimes you just gotta bring the boys, you know what I mean?
They committed a lot of resources for that, though. My god. They also use the Herald there and don't even get 3 plates?
They pick up some turret gold. They do have the TP to get back mid lane, and the bot side, the Yone actually opted to go there, knowing that he didn't want to give up the entire side of the map. Wow, Spirit is just nailing these hooks, by the way.
Yeah, but Tail Whip has 0 mana.
He's actually going to go for the fight. Flashes out of it, but I think he's pretty dead. Reform Bully looking for it, flashing, ulting. His heal coming through. He is ignited. He's going to get out. Oh, gets sniped by the blowback beyond Cleaver, and Tail Whip likely to follow after. Taken down by TPF.
No, Bully took 1 too many tower shots and him dying. I'll tell you what, that's one of those situations. That's a classic Jurassic Park scenario, right? It's like, just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Right.
Spirit hit a clean hook onto TJ, but the Seraphine had 0 mana to do anything about it, and also it's a Seraphine, so it's not like you're going to blow him up fast. Moon and Bully had time to roam up. I guess the supports just don't need to play in bot lane this game, and honestly, those are the fun games to watch.
Yeah, a lot of roaming. AI is going to be able to pick up this experience, this gold for free, as no one can pick it up but him. Dev looking at the 1v1 right now, Sandy. But
I don't think Dev's looking for the 1v1.
Send it. Just jump in. It's worth it.
I mean, sure, if you went into the Yone, give him a chance to kill the Mundo later. That's on you, man.
And we got Spirit roaming in too. I think Bully's going to look straight for this kill straight up.
I think he is too. He doesn't have Spirit still.
Spirit's here. Oh my goodness. He is looking for
Sandy
it.
just fucking go
Oh
in.
my goodness. Spirit hook goes just wide. They could have got onto him.
Yeah, I think
Another
Sandy should have...
Yeah, just take it.
I don't know. Maybe Sandy doesn't get blown up there instantly. Or I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that nothing came out of that. And despite the chaos it has been this game, Team Vertus Zord is up a little bit of gold right now, but down a dragon. Yeah, familiar story from game 1 at this point.
Yeah, but noticeably again, top. Oh, meanwhile, they've got on TJ, who's going very low. Might be able to escape the ulti there from Seraphine, missing everybody. TJ's actually going to be able to walk this out. Dev has his ulti to get him away, but instead opts to heal.
Verd.
Yeah, they get the stun there. They're going to be able to pick up Verd. Sandy shoots that kill should probably go over to. They need that 80 damage to carry. They get it onto him. Great play there, and they're looking for the dragon after. TJ, you need to watch out, my guy. Oof.
Yeah, that was a very interesting ult from Tailwhip. Emphasis on the first syllable of that word. But it ended up not punishing them too hard, you know? They were able to get the kill on the backside of that, force TJ at him because the jungler's so low, they can just walk in and secure Drake number 2. Another mountain on the Rift, and with the 300 gold difference, I gotta imagine a lot of that gold is just from those plates that they have in top and mid because of the roam, the 4-man goon squad. Yeah, we see about a 500 gold lead on Blood, 100 gold lead in the jungle, even everywhere else on the map, except for the bot lane that's ahead a little bit.
Get for the side of Thresh, man. We've been sleeping on it. He's kind of OP on that champion.
Just like semantic correction, we haven't been sleeping on it. It wasn't good, but he's doing real good on it tonight.
I don't know, man. I think we've been sleeping on it. I think he's just been sandbagging until he got to playoffs.
Ah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I'll buy that one.
Okay. See, it lands a nice little hook there. Good play. Stun missing pretty badly there from Tailwhip, so no more damage going on to Bully, but Hook Master?
Hey, man, I don't think we've seen him miss 2 on screen that I remember, but I haven't been counting.
Yeah, but
we've seen him hit more than we've seen him miss, and that's pretty good metric.
Get into it. Gonna get the ultis out of both of these young gentlemen. Sauce liking his odds here. I'm not sure I do, as he's going to sit in the pool of blood. Misses the pull there, and TJ's on the side to try and get the kill. AI box coming through, though. Gets the ulti down, gets the smite down. He's healing up a lot still. And the dunk squad, and Blood's going to get that and the triumph. So he's back to a fighting position. Are they going to dive this Sejuani as the cleaver lands? The slow comes through as well. PQ to follow. This might kill TJ as well.
Oh, that was a great
God.
Wow, that was just a really unfortunate series of events. I know Bovie doesn't.
Heard you wouldn't. Ah, dang.
Bovie doesn't have boots yet, but I really hope he buys.
Sandy going just crazy with it. Dev flashing probably a little unnecessarily. That ult wasn't gonna hit him, but opting to play it safe and not give up a kill on the bot side when they're getting so much down the top.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. 2 things I want to point about that top fight. Number 1, Bovie has boots now, but I'd really like to see him buy an Oblivion Orb for that grievous wounds. Number 2, did you see how little time
they're looking for Verd here. The lantern's out. They got the goon squad. Play just. Oh my god. Oh my.
Don't worry, dude. You have time to take a nap. You get it because you were sleeping on it?
Yeah, no, I've been sleeping on it, dude. I think it's good. Just, he was, greasing the wheels, seeing which way they're
100% of the hooks you don't throw. 100% of the hooks you don't throw.
You sure do.
But yeah, Bovie needs grievous wounds, and my god, the tenacity that Mundo already has is absolutely revolting.
Yeah, for sure. Seraphine, too, also getting pretty strong here. Gonna be able to do a lot of good stuff in this mid-game, but I will say, looking a lot better here for TPF. They, they still got 2 of their top turrets standing, which is a vast improvement over where they were in game 1 at this point in time.
True.
Another hook landing, the god. And Bull taking some damage, but able to hook away.
That's okay. I mean, you're not wrong to hit that hook.
Now it's Bully's turn. Oh, just kidding. It's always been Spirit's turn. Hitting another hook. A lot of damage coming through. And here's the Seraphine ulti. Pulling them back almost under turret. Dev taking huge damage.
That champion.
Now, TJ, what is going on?
Oh, the dive bot lane. Good job by Fox and Sandy.
How does he die? Oh, no.
Get out
It's their turn to get out on 1 HP. And
looks like you're going to leave without finishing off that turret. They are sitting on the 2 Drake lead, which is pretty big, but I don't think Seraphine's going to be able to hold the mid turret here by herself. She has no mana left. She needs to leave.
Yeah, gonna go down there. Meanwhile, top side, it's that ulti, man. Just proc it back up, Just run back to full health after losing a bunch of fights, and you're playing Mundo. It's going a bit under turret, but again, Mundo thanks.
Yeah, no doubt. Still, I mean, a little bit of a gold lead, 1.5K, which is not I mean, it's both at the same time. It's a lead, but it's by no means insurmountable, even at this point in the game. But the two Drakes, I love to see that from the side of the Purple Flames. It's that constant threat. You put them on the clock. You're like, one more puts its whole point, and we got to force the fight at the next one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We see
Spirit rotating up, thinking potentially a dive, but we do have a Dragon up in 30
Yeah.
seconds. I'm
No.
surprised he runs all the way up here.
If you looked at the map right there, we saw
Hook
4,
Kingdom, baby!
but the tenacity.
doesn't
Literally
matter.
no time to do anything.
Yeah, but like, yeah, like that.
If you looked at the Shut up. If you look at the map, all 4 of the 5 members from Virtus the Word were back in at the same time. They're in preparation for this Drake. They're running straight down there to set this up. They know what that soul could mean for the side of the Purple Flames, and they're just not going to let it happen if they can do anything about it.
No,
Bobby
good play
does have
here.
TP. He should probably back, buy a healing cut, and then look for TP bot.
Yeah, push out that mid wave though, get that priority. Might opt to go for the
Oh,
rift.
they're just
earlier
trading
instead.
for the rifts. Okay.
Yeah, didn't get top turret here free, and also
Get
gonna be
some
able
gold
to
back
transition
instead?
that into a Rift Herald, knowing it's only 1 Mountain Drake. Yeah, gold's kind of the king right now. It's keeping the game really even.
Sandy's down a little bit of farm in the mid lane, but is up a kill and has that finished shield bow already.
We might have a fight here. They're running straight over to this Rift. They did secure it, are able to get out. Nicely done. Good timing too.
And we see our amateur jungler in the league up farm on the Jarvan, although Jarvan does have 1 kill participation on him. Honestly, it's just, this is an even game across the map right now. There's a 1k gold difference, but with the Dragon on the other side and the Herald, this is anyone's game. One big, I mean, and if you imagine that top lane play that did go so disastrously
It's the TP from Bobby running straight in to get that ulti. Misses it in the bush, so actually Bird didn't get put in the ulti, which again, like you mentioned. Flash forward though, big damage on some Sandy. Gonna proc the egg. Potentially give this kill over to Bobby. I think they are, yeah, gonna give that over to him. Nicely done there with that TP to secure a freebie in the bot lane,
So,
and Vivian, no movement abilities.
We all saw the Mordekaiser ult animation start, and Mordekaiser ult is not on cooldown. There are a lot of champions that if you start the ult animation and it gets interrupted, it just goes on cooldown. But that's not the case for Mordekaiser, because why not?
I mean, I guess? I don't know. I think it was just because he lost vision. It wasn't because of any ability or anything, so that makes
Doesn't
sense
matter.
to me.
It's
It's kind of like Caitlyn, dude. If someone dies like while you're in the middle of ulting it, you get the 4-second cooldown.
I don't know. It's stupid.
Okay. Fair enough. Meanwhile,
How can you
AI
argue with my eloquence?
You raise a good point. I guess it's the Notre Dame difference. And AI Box, yeah, definitely popping off here. Playing really well for his first time jungling and not too sure.
Doing a great job in the jungle. Just farm it up. Bobby still hasn't. There's still 0 heal cuts from the side of the Purple Flames, so maybe they
Hey,
don't
Yomi's
actually...
got executioners, and another hook lands because he's nuts.
What does it do? What does it do?
It asserts dominance. The fact that you don't see that is kind of on you, right? Spirit stepping forward, that hook not quite going to land, but we give it to him anyway. Damage coming through on the Bully again from the Seraphine.
You're right. I did miss.
Blood is getting on the Bobby. He's going to have to flash to try and get away. Jump forward from Devin. A huge ult, a huge Seraphine ult actually going to come through. Bobby might be able to get onto... Oh, trapped in that Ragnarok. Wasn't able to get away. And Wall actually keeping a lot of the engaged away. Sandy coming through though. Ignite onto TJ. Might drop and stuff. Does kill Bully. Gonna jump back. Is that Ignite take enough? Not quite enough. Gonna be able to stay alive. Dev hops over the wall with the blue buff. Getting a lot of damage down. Seraphine keeping everyone pretty shielded up. Heal also onto Blood. This guy doesn't die. I swear to God they need to change healing in this game. It's crazy. But he does get onto the back line. Dev steps a little too far forward and Sandy looks for it. Oh my goodness, this is so close. How's it gonna end up? The shutdown from Sandy, but Dev has got it. Jumping in. Dies in the middle of the jump. Can Adbox get back? Gets the root down. It's all on the slows. Gets the stun. Oh, fight him. He misses it with the
You
EQ,
have to
but
fight
Adbox
him.
Jumps away.
Coward!
Fight night.
Coward! You don't walk away until everyone's dead but one.
You don't walk away from me. Yeah.
You know what? There's so much that we could say about that fight, but I mean, big takeaways. I just really appreciate your play-by-play casting. Devin with the blue buff jumping in. It's really important that he had the blue buff there. I agree.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I will also note in that Fiesta fight that we just had how long Blood was able to stay alive for.
Yeah.
Even with the executioners that was built on the Yone, now being upgraded to the Mortal Reminder early. Ah, man.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
disgusting.
we see the 2 items coming out of the Seraphine already. But, I mean, another thing that could have been really good, because those support items are just so cheap, is the Chemtech Purifier, I believe it's called. the item that when you heal or shield an ally, it gives you grievous wounds. That could be pretty useful this game, although maybe not so much that Yone's already gone so deep into the heal cut, maybe not as necessary, but could have been an option, something to think about.
Yeah, I gotta say too, Sandy played that fight really, really well, man. He smurfed it up, doing a lot of knockups, a lot of damage, killing 2 members, nearly ignite killing TJ with the tick, but just left alive, was able to almost kill Dev, who was eventually finished up by the Seraphine, and
Bove,
great fight.
Bove looking a lot better this game. He did get picked off.
No damage to follow up, but Reform Bully.
What is that hook ever going to do? There's a Seraphine there. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Bobby looking a lot better this fight as they push in mid lane. Even though he got picked off there, he still hit a massive E backwards that pulled 3 of them away from him, bought it just enough time, and lined him up with the Seraphine ult. Bobby's looking real good on the Mordekaiser this game, especially compared to his less than stellar performance last time. Love to see him turn it around.
Now the Dragon is up. They're going to try and position to fight for this. A lot of words already being laid by Vert as the word. Bully and the Nivea in the mid lane. They might want to try and run there to get onto them with the team just a little disoriented, not connected just yet, but TJ and Blood leading the front line, throwing cleavers around. Wow, that hook went all the way through to the back of the spear, but a huge Seraphine ult goes through, charming up Dev in a big wombo combo. Sandy State getting all the damage down, killing onto Dev, and meanwhile Blood running for his life in the middle of the ulti. They're going to try and kill everybody here. Reform Bully also very low. Sandy in the middle of the fight, flexing some Fnatic. Flash play forward from Spirit's going to try to get onto both of them, but oh yeah, hey, Bloodbath and gone. Almost full health again. Can the Yone damage get through the tick? He's just alive. Ooh, gets the kill eventually. Vert has no mana. Also going to drop
the Penta.
They're going to try and give it to Tail Whip for Sandy.
Give it to Sandy.
Ooh, Fanatics across the line, baby. I don't think it was the Penta.
Did Sandy get the kill on the Moon?
Yeah,
I don't. Why? How is that not a Penta? He had a triple kill before that. I don't know. I'm not smart. I'm not a play-by-play caster. Yeah, that should be an unofficial Penta there.
I think that should have been a Penta. I have no idea why it wasn't.
I mean, it's spaghetti code, Riot, 200 years, game design, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The normal like, gamer excuses.
Yeah, where's like the Bud Light Ice? We need like a pentakill version of that for this league.
I played that shit perfect!
You absolutely did. The I'm a Cutie Pie 2016.
I remember the first time I saw that meme. I was a freshman in college. And I'm like, oh my god, this is the coolest guy I've ever seen, and he looks like he's an absolute hobo. God, was I wrong? And then I met women.
Oh my god. Lots to unpack there, but a lot of great fights. And yeah, like you were saying, Blood doesn't have a ton of CC himself, so he himself is just running around in those fights, and if Bo can keep ulting him out of it, despite how far ahead he might be on the Mundo, he's leaving his team to fight the rest, and that Yone is so big. This is the carry we were looking for from Sandy. That Wombo was awesome. Spirit with the flash play forward on the 2 members to really line it up. I am all the way gassed up on Spirit right now.
We were talking about how we need this Yone to get fed to make sure that the team stays relevant throughout the late game, and I think Aiden 1 is sufficiently fed.
I would agree with you. Actually getting about everything you need.
But you look at it, the gold lead, 1k different, just swung the other way. The important part is, on the back of that fight that they won there, they got the Dragon. That puts them at 3, puts them at soul points.
Sure.
And yeah, guess what? Spirit hit another hook, and look, it didn't do anything. It's fine.
It reminds me of that episode of The Office where I offer you the breath mint, right? Because I didn't say anything, but you did mention it.
I would like to say, I'm not, just for everyone's clarity out there, I'm not flaming Spirit's Thresh. She's playing very well. I'm flaming the Thresh pick in general. I just don't think it's great in this comp. But that's okay.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out as it goes further. Seraphine is shielding up everyone during those team fights, and that ulti really set up that Wombo combo, so Yone
oh my gosh, that was disgusting.
Breaking through everybody.
The 3-man Seraphine ult into I think the 4-man Yone ult, actually ridiculous.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from the Purple Flames.
He just backs and buys a full IE.
Oh yeah, let's go. I mean, I was wondering on that.
I thought Bloodthirster was a pretty core Yone item, but once again, I don't play champions that are difficult or do damage. So, except for Xerath, which is the most, I mean, only like Giga Chads and Mega Brains play Xerath, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Besides
I would say, yeah, I think Bloodthirster is probably the core item, but I think he thinks himself ahead enough that he can get away with it.
Okay.
Opting for the shield bow and be enough healing to keep him alive in fights, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to go anything but shield bow and Yone, are you? Oh, no. He took. What are you doing? Just going TJ there. He took
Oh,
his
ult
gas.
coming through. Yeah, Box going all the way on to TJ. Going over the wall.
Oh my
not
God.
hitting anyone, but the hook misses from Bully, so the Ignite's on a Devin. It might not be enough, but it's very close. Just fight forward. Heal from Dev, going to keep him just barely alive, and the fight is still on. TJ's caught in the middle of it, going to get rooted up by the Sejuani. Making it out, just kidding. Tail Whip getting the kill on the Seraphine. And Bloodbath and Beyond ignited, but in it. Looking to heal his way through it. Yone getting stunned up there by the Anivia. Gonna have to flash out for Bloodbath and Beyond. He's gonna get knocked up, but again, this Muno just heals so freaking much. Doesn't matter the Grievous wins. Hook's going just wide, but not for Reform Bully, who gets on Spirit. And Spirit does drop. So 1-for-1 right now as they try to keep this fight going. Sauce is in the front line, gonna ulti out. Blood, can they turn this fight around? A big Q coming forward, doing a lot of damage on the bird, and Blood might drop himself, is gonna drop. Knockup from Sandy, gonna pop the Anivia. That Yone is so fed. Giving minions for lifesteal so he can stay alive, and they do. Devin and Reform Bully are the only two left alive, and they're gonna try and transition it into a Baron, knowing it is a 4v2 and their jungler's alive. It's time for the Purple Flames to win again.
Oh my God. Silver Scrapes, here we come. So many people played that so well. Devin just staying alive against the Yone. Like his flash looked a little bit scuffed, but he did a great job, and he was dealing damage throughout that entire fight. Sauce turned it around and said, you know what, I'm going to take this Mundo out of the fight. I'm not just going to hold him here for my team to do other things. I'm going to kill him. Killed him in the ult, came out of the ult, and they just cleaned that fight up. Yone, like, queued forward with his stack Q and did his little sweep thingy, and then Verd just, like, went gray for some reason. I'm not sure.
Yep, got
champion
popped there. And,
I mean, I suppose if you're 8-1, like, you should do damage. Like, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just saying the man does a lot of damage.
Now, meanwhile, we do have the Dragon Soul to play for. It's only 27 seconds, and Dev is in the top lane getting the farm there. I don't know. I think you need to send the ADC bot lane as soon as possible. Looks like a little bit of lag here.
Also, we did see
Nope,
the Chemtech Purifier come out.
Okay, Bully and the Anivia are alone here. Gonna get jumped up by Adbox. They think they have a pick, and they do. They're gonna catch him, blow him up. Sandy with another hit. Hook City, baby! Into the actual ulti from Tail Whip, getting the kill from the Seraphine.
Okay. He hit that one, but what about the one that he missed?
No.
Like 2 minutes ago in the middle of the fight, he missed a hook on 5 people.
Spirits on one, you need to admit.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but then like,
Meanwhile, Bobby on the backside, so is TJ. They're gonna look for the pick here. It is blood, so I doubt they're gonna get too much through. Yeah, look at all that healing. I champion. That just sent him over. They get the vision on the TJ.
they found TJ accidentally.
Found him. Yeah,
Honestly,
they're just dragging out to try and get this soul. I think if they get this soul, right,
does
and
not
they
have
do
smite.
got the
TJ
Baron
does.
this game.
TJ has smite, Box doesn't. Let's see the steal.
Oh, the Yone ult over. They're gonna blow him up.
Not gonna risk it.
Sandy
Smart play.
is carrying so hard right now.
That's what we
My
have
goodness.
to see from this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't ever think we're going to see Yone again, let's be honest.
Well, I don't know. We can talk about that if we get to a game 2. They still have to close this one out. And as we've learned, not just in this league, but I don't know if you watch any LCS lately, it is so easy to throw when you're just...
Dude, Hood City on the Devin. Gonna get him all the way down on the damage. Gonna get pulled back in just time. But Bobby does kill him with the bomb. And the Seraphine ult's gonna also charm onto the bird.
Okay, that was
Anivia.
nice.
Bobby's gonna go low, does get picked up by Reform Bully. Let's see if they carry this fight any longer. Turret's gonna drop. They have the super minions, excuse me, the Baron minions.
Okay.
And they have half health members. I don't know. Spirit's gonna step forward. He's gonna look for this hook. Oh my goodness, gives us some chin music, but they are gonna jump on the Bully, who errantly throws that forward, thinking they have
that was
anything.
an easy hook from Bully.
Yeah, and they're actually gonna lead to the bird dying too to AI box. I'm not quite sure how he picked up that kill. TJ jumping in now. I have no idea why. They're kind of just running it at this point.
What?
Two is gonna
TJ,
drop.
what?
Andy. Blood thinking it's his turn to run down the gauntlet, throws his cleaver around and dies as well.
You know, I had like some Tranimal level analysis ready for that. It's like just because Spirit did hit that hook, it kind of ruined their Baron push because they traded 1-for-1.
Right.
But then like Vertazor decided to just like int.
Yeah.
So
I
good
don't.
on Purple Flames, I guess.
Bully decided to send the hook in, and they just kind of went in like the ants, marching one by one. Dude, I have no clue.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Bully and
they're looking for the end here. Bully and Dev are the only two alive right now. There's still a long time on the wait for Blood to come back up. They're gonna offer just the one turret, playing it as safe as they can. Macro Kingdom, 13-1-6 Yone. I would have just sent it. I'm greedy.
I mean, Yone probably has another 2 items in base. He already just said the BF sword.
How much gold does Yone have? Can we get that pulled up?
Oh yeah, we haven't looked at gold dips because they've been fighting the whole game. Okay,
16K.
5K up on his lane opponent.
16K right now.
That's a lot of gold.
That is too much gold. That man needs to give to the poor. Where's
Bovie
his
with
charity?
a completely different game, not just not feeding to Blood, but ahead of
Mm.
Blood right now.
Yeah,
Doing
how
a
the
great
turntables
job for his team.
have, man. How the
Well, I mean,
turntables
I
have.
guess adding kills down on farm, but he's doing a lot better. I don't think anyone can argue with that. And
Yeah.
Tailwhip doing just like seraphing things, hitting big ults and healing his
Mhm.
entire team to full every time.
Big
Droid, if
shield
we
as
have a
well.
second, oh yes, big shout out to Droid on the production, doing a fantastic job as always. Could we see some Moonstone healing numbers? Is that possible?
I don't know if you can hover over the icon to see it. Is that a...
Oh, you can, but I don't know if you can see the actual. Oh, we can. Nice. Okay.
Oh, nice.
10,000.
10,000. Yeah, 10,000 healing.
Just a
That makes sense. Yeah,
casual
casual.
10K.
Casual 10K. That item is very curious. Very curious.
That's against double Grievous Wounds in the Morello and the Mortal Reminder from
Yeah.
the other side.
Nice. Yeah. A lot of healing cut finally came through. We're lighting up in the game. They have so much gold that they can actually itemize for it, and Blood not as stinky as he once was. He may not be as good as he once was, Rudy, but he's as good once as he ever was. Meanwhile, they killed the Anivia. Going to pop him. Blood on a bit of an inquest. Going to see how long he can run around the map. Going to get stunned up. A lot of CC. Play back in and a hook landing. A lot of tenacity, like you mentioned, and the healing coming through, but they're going to be a little bit of a casting couch situation as it's Blood against all five. It's going to eventually drop some big stuns and melting damage. Shields coming for everybody. Wow.
You gotta be careful of those casting couch there's casting couch jokes. There's kids like Monkey in the chats.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, name something more iconic. I guess there's a fight going on, but
Yeah,
it's just gonna be Sauce killing
Him and
TJ.
TJ. They're gonna be able to bop him. Does flash away. EQ's back in. Oh, they're actually gonna be able to get onto him. Zony's probably
Dev's not weak. Dev's a 3 item.
And here comes the team that actually backed after getting those picks on the bot side. They're gonna be able to pop TJ. Hook going up the upgrades. No Cody Parkey here, but the Flight Land's going to force the flash out of Bully, and Yone is solo pushing after back if they're going to have a chance of saving that inhibitor, I think, because it's just Bird against him now. Bully doing what he can, is going to get pulled back in by the Mordekaiser and drop himself. Spirit hitting everything for the most part.
I mean, my man, name a more iconic duo than
Oh,
Blood.
flashing in, looking for big damage, is going to get stunned and ignited, misses the Q, and Devin might be able to get a Q! Resurrecting with the GA, which he bought instead of the Bloodthirster. I didn't even notice that myself. My bad for missing it. No wonder he's playing so aggressively. Isn't going to get the kill, isn't going to get that pop, but they're going to try and push for the end, I think, with the super minions. I don't know if they should play as safe
just
as
get the
they
double
would.
inhib.
Double inhib, sure, but I think they can
Keep
push this
pushing
in,
in.
potentially look for an end. They do have the member down being Reformed Bully. Hook coming across the map! They're going to be able to pop the Anivia, and that should be the game right there.
Yeah,
Huge
fantastic.
hook, and another pop coming forward as Devin dies to Tail Whip. Seraphine doing so much damage. Sandy looking to clean up some more. Had the stats as if he hasn't enough. Wow,
Name
that
a
could be
more-
the game, man.
Name a more iconic duo than either Blood dying 1v5 past 30 minutes or Notre Dame beating Michigan. Honestly, just like historically the two best duos in the world.
And another double kill there. We are going to have a Silver Scrapes, Rudy. We will see a Game 3. Team Purple.
I'm
Wave.
psyched. I'm actually so excited. I mean, the two things we said before Game 1 started. Sauce needs to stay even, or ahead in this case.
Yeah.
And Sandy needs to carry. Guess what happened? Sauce did fantastic, and Sandy carried. They won that game so hard. I think that go ahead.
Let's also just be honest, man.
The Thresh play was
They
really
played-
good. The Thresh
No,
play was
I-
really good. Shout
Couldn't
out
agree more.
Spirit. That was
Nutty, man. I would also say just across the board, their team played really well. Bovie
Mhm.
didn't give up 2 turrets at 13 minutes. Big improvement there. Mundo wasn't able to run around the game. Seraphine did big damage, had, like we said, 10,000 plus healing, which is crazy. And yeah, Spirit landing hooks and giving the carry potential to the mid laner kingdom that they were looking for all of the season. And how about that, Rudy? It looks like the Dog Conference 3rd seed are trying to say, hey, we're not
Dude.
done yet with the winner's bracket.
by no means. They could be looking to knock out one of the top contenders in this entire tourney right here, right now, in the first electrifying game of TCL Season 2 playoffs. Everyone, if you're not hyped for this Game 3, then I don't know what you're doing watching this stream on a Monday night. We'll talk to you in a couple minutes as we get back. Can't wait.
You're all beautiful. We'll see you in a bit. Well, 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 if it isn't a Silver Scrapes kind of evening, I hope everyone's Monday is going as well as I'm feeling right now. We're looking for a game three, Rudy. The third seed of our side of the bracket showing up big, big carry there from Sandy on that Yone, and Vert is the word. Looking a little down in game two.
Dude, I cannot wait. That casting couch joke absolutely inspired me. Blood looked a little lonely, so we had to throw the robes on ourselves. Hugh Hefner it up as you drink
Ugh.
water from that glass. And
What
we
time is
just,
it? Is it time to flex on him, Rudy? Is it
is
time
it?
to flex on
Oh,
him?
okay, so here's the thing, right? This is pretty embarrassing. I couldn't
Yeah.
find my nice watch because
Okay.
we were in quarantine. I've been wearing it so
Yeah,
long,
yeah,
so I'm wearing this like
naturally.
piece of crap. But here, let me put my rings on. That'll help,
Okay,
right?
yeah. Yeah, you got the Notre Dame ring, the Notre Dame difference? Flex
No,
it for the camera.
this is not my Notre Dame ring.
Where's your Notre Dame ring?
This is
Flex
not
it
my
for the
Notre Dame
boys
ring.
in the chat.
Bro, relax. It's okay. But we're into chats. Enough talking about our outfits. Yeah, we look great. Let's get into Champ Select.
Let's see
Man,
here.
I cannot wait to see another carry performance from AI Box.
Yeah.
You think it
No.
was the Yone that carried? No. No, it was the Sejuani.
Yeah, I thought he played just great in the series, man. Yeah, the Urgot ban, Zillion ban, everything good there.
Okay, so this is the question that we posed during the game last time. You said I don't
Hmm.
think we're going to see Yone again. Do we
Hmm.
see a Yone ban? Do they
I
drop? So let's see if we recall their other ban. God, what was it? It was Urgot. Oh, they already banned the Urgot.
Mhm.
Udyr. Do they leave the Udyr? Nope, that's the wrong team. I'm so confused right now. What did they ban last time?
Yeah, you're a little lost in the sauce, my guy. Opting for the
Malzahar. Thank
Malzahar
you.
on
They made it
Sandy.
easy for me to remember. They so they're not going to ban the Yone. They're not scared of it. Zillion, Darius. So do they ban? Okay, so they leave the Udyr on the table for TJ to potentially pick up and ban out the Seraphine instead, not wanting that to get first
Yeah,
picked
now
away.
Barrett's here being a first pick option, I think is really good. Champ has a lot of mobility. Also, his ultimate is very, very strong just on its own.
Hmm.
His E to follow that up, I think the champion's an easy first pick here for Blood, but we'll see if they go for it.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, yep, that makes
It's the
sense.
deer. I hate that champ.
I mean, Udyr, Varus, pretty similar in terms of brokenness and team impact, so you can
Mhm.
understand why they went with one over the other.
Yeah, they were
Um,
close. I'm
so
sure it
wait,
was a very big
real fast, quick
communication.
aside, is your strategy here just like lean into it to hope they drop it because they're not going to drop it?
Nah, dude. No. We're here because I think it's a good pick in the meta.
Of course,
Mordekaiser
of
being
course.
first pick from Bovie.
Yeah,
Gonna
Sauce is
see
like,
if
I did good enough on it last time.
they're
Do
running
it with
it back,
this.
baby.
Oh my god, but they don't have the Seraphine. What are they gonna do?
I
Sona?
don't know.
That would be funny.
Ooh, could be Sona.
It's not gonna be Sona.
I'm
You
here for the
don't
Sona.
put Tail Whip on Sona. No way.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's a hundo P right there. Maybe they do like the Senna, another little healing type AD.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if you necessarily need to do that. It worked last time. Oh, and Blood's like, we know what we're playing against here. I don't want to get banned out again. So he just goes ahead and locks in the Wukong. He likes the matchup into the Mordekaiser. Use your clone to dodge out on the pull. And
Yep.
Bully, playing a little more defensively this game.
Now I think Varus here would really round out against the Thresh in lane. The champ has a lot of potential to zip, dodge, and weave around, and if he lands those abilities, man, it's strong. Instead opting for the Taric, gonna support all the engage they have with
I don't know if this is our first Taric TCL, but it's definitely an early Taric TCL or one of the first Taric's TCL. I can't recall it being played, but I've been wrong so many times tonight, so I'm not going to say anything definitively except for a barn sucks or bad barn, but we all know that. Box running it back on the Skarner. I think it was a fine pick for him first game. The Mordekaiser is just so out of control that there wasn't
Right.
a lot that he could do. I mean, we saw them get a couple of successful picks in later game, as the game went later, but really, so we're going to see what the Skarner can do with a fresh slate, see how he fares against the hyper farming, me run fast at you champion that is Udyr.
Absolutely. Bans coming through. Vagar targeted at Verd. Lucian replied right back at you to Sandy. And potentially Tail Whip.
Yeah, I don't know. So getting rid of the Lucian, that's been a really consistent round 2 ban, and I guess they thought that Verd was confident enough on the Anivia. So Anivia gone, Zillion gone, Vigar gone. I mean, the thing is,
Well,
like, Verd does play other things. We just haven't seen him do it in TCL.
Yeah, Blood here did early pick his champion as opposed to the latter drafts that we had, or the last drafts we had. So knowing that they're not going to be able to ban out against Blood, may as well shoot those shots at Verd.
Yeah, why not? And getting rid of the Jinx, I think, is a smart play. Jinx got those recent buffs and honestly very, very strong. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like the Caitlyn from Dev again. I don't think it would be the Tristana, but I've been wrong before So we'll see. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Sandy Ziggs,
Sandy has
potentially.
had some real carry games on Ziggs, but I just
Yeah.
don't know if this is going to be the comp that he carries it against.
Yeah. Also,
With things like the Udyr and the Wukong, I probably would have preferred a little bit more mobility. I mean, you have the exploding satchel that you can like throw them away and yourself in the opposite direction if you do it well. But I don't know. I
yeah.
don't know. What are your thoughts?
No, I think it's a character that gets a lot of damage down. And I was about to say no meme on the Varus here. I think they pick something like Ash Varus, but it makes a lot of sense with Wukong and Udyr just running straight in like
Mhm.
chimpanzees, literally. Opting for the Ash instead of the Varus. But if Bully does
Could
pick it up, you
be,
never know.
yeah.
Could be the
What if
duo.
what if it's a Varus or what would it be a Tarek top Ash support? That's what we would do.
Mm-hmm. No, instead going for the Ori, I think that comp looks pretty disgusting right now. We'll see what Team Purple Flames can round out their comp with.
Honestly, the only thing that's wrong with Vertus the Words comp right now is that they don't have a Varus.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That one champ kind of
I
makes
mean,
them better.
Varus is two champs in one, sort of like Kindred, if you read the
Ooh,
lore.
spicy.
True story.
Yeah, I saw the music video. I read books. Um,
Comic books.
oh,
And they're
oh,
wait,
Rudy.
wait.
Oh, it's a Ziggs bot lane.
I like it. I actually really, really, really like it. I
Yeah,
think that's fantastic. Um, I like putting Sandy back on the Yone, a little bit more of a playmaker than the Ziggs. He's just gonna. I mean, Ziggs can do things like he can poke out and make plays with his ult and stuff. But like Yone has a go button, right? And putting that in the hands of Sandy Snake, who's like undoubtedly your best player, right? He's the team captain. Like he's gonna say he's saying right here, like this season is mine to keep us going or mine to lose. Oh, and it looks like
a
Spirit of Fate
bit of
dodged.
a bit of a draft error. Maybe there's a PC issue. Maybe not able to lock in runes or something. So
Hmm.
probably just gonna have a quick remake. The draft is already set, so all good there.
Yep.
Trade
It looks like
bug.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we've
Trade
all
bug.
we've all been there. Personally, I was there a couple of days ago. I was playing ARM with some friends, and I was like spam trading everyone, and then I couldn't get my champion back because Ryan's client is bad. But not a big deal. We'll just go right back into game and repeat the ban phase. This gives us more time to talk about these comps. Honestly, both comps, from what I remember, I like the look of both of them. We have very consistent looking comp from the side of Vert is the word versus the explosive potential from the side of the Purple Flames.
Yeah, I agree, man. See how they work it out. And we're getting back into the draft area. It's going to be a quick run through. Everyone can just pick for themselves in their own slots. So hopefully no trade bug issues here. And
Yeah, I don't know. I heard that Blood might have to. He might be taking a nervous tinkle right now as he. Nah, he's back. He's back. Not too scared to go up against the Sauce Mordekaiser on a different champion than last time. I think Wukong and
Mhm.
Mundo are like just wildly different in every regard, so there's no point in like comparing them. They just do such different things. Um, so we'll see how he likes this matchup better. Sauce, as we said, just did so much better in that second game. Although compared to the first game, not to flame, but like you could have not played and it would have probably been better.
My
Sorry,
God.
that was flame. That was flame.
Jesus.
Sauce, you're my
Um,
you're my boy. You're my boy. Pasta time. It's great.
yeah, but yeah, we're quickly going through the draft here. The bans are going through. Blood deciding to go to the last second to remember what exactly did we ban again? Oh, yeah, that's right. Does get through the first three. Bovie doing the same, and now we can get into picking for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone just picks their position. Everyone's rune should be set. We'll get right back on through it and get into game. I am actually electrified for this. Purple Flames in that second game inspired the confidence in me that I thought I should have been seeing them this whole season.
Mhm.
They are a competent team, and they just never
Yeah.
really put the pieces together. And this is their last chance, right? Like that game was do or die for them, and they did it. The bad part is because they lost the game before that, it's do or die part two right now. If
Mhm.
they don't win here, then that's it for them. That's the season. They just had the one that they went out in a blaze of glory, but they still went out. On the other
Hey, they
side,
got the losers bracket now. Come on.
oh yeah, I forgot that's a thing. Whoops.
Yeah, something us playoff members know a little about.
Well, yeah, the thing is, like, when you're not in the playoffs,
I see.
you don't mind too much about what the format of it is. That's right. I forgot. It's a double elimination. My bad.
Yeah,
Well-designed bracket all around. Said some people once somewhere.
yeah, for sure.
But this on the other hand does put a lot of pressure on the side of Vert is the word. If you believe Bully in the chat all day, this was going to be a scrim to them. It was going to be a practice game, just an absolute warm up for the real
Mm,
competition, which would be Monkey Brains later down the line. This is just nothing to worry about. And here they are. They dropped that game, and they dropped that game hard.
yeah, for
Oh my
sure.
god, he's still hovering Varus.
Yeah, I mean it's a pick, you know. It's one that I think they could bug the system with, maybe sneak them in.
I mean, if they pick Varus instead of the Taric, I think you like have to let it go through.
Yeah, potentially. I'd be down with it.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. I don't see any
Yeah.
client bugs. Everyone's got their picks. Hopefully, we get onto the Rift.
Now we got a good 4 minutes to talk about these matchups. What are you
Yeah.
thinking? You know
Ah,
what?
man,
You know what? I have one question.
hit me.
Spirit played very well last game. He hit hooks.
He
I
did.
think because you let us know verbally and audibly, like extremely audibly. You were
Naturally.
very loud every
Uh-huh.
time he hit a single hook.
Okay, I'm with you.
Repeat. I think we need to see a repeat performance from him this game because he really did enable a lot of those Yone plays throughout the entire thing. They
Yeah.
also don't have like the Seraphine in to like buffer their or buff up their entire team, which I mean, as we said, that's like that silent carry, right? We looked at the Moonstone and done 10k healing at like 25 or 27 minutes or something, which is
Right.
actually ludicrous. I mean,
Naturally.
you don't notice that during the fights, but it's doing so much, right?
Right.
So you don't
Yeah.
have that this time. You have the Ziggs instead, which is more damage, but yeah, it's a bit of a different team comp that they're gonna have to pilot this Yone through.
Yeah, definitely. But Tail Whip is opting, obviously, like you said, for the Ziggs, which is more consistent AP damage across the fights in
Hmm.
general, I'd say, than the Seraphine. That big bomb can do a lot, but yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a question. Can they get away from a very angry homeless man and monkey chimp running at full bore with an Oriana ball and a Terra Gold to keep him alive?
I mean,
That's what I need to know.
I think to win the team fights, what the Purple Flames are gonna need to do is like Sauce has to ult the Wukong. Like Sauce
Mm,
ults Blood away. Blood doesn't get like the 5-man knockup and like shreds everyone's armor, right?
sure.
And that's it. I mean, like you can ult TJ if you want, but like I mean, you can lock him in a smaller area, but he's still gonna run in circles. You got to get Wukong away from your backline and give your team some time to do some damage. At the same time, like Skarner can do the same thing, lock him down. You have like those two great ways to shut down a carry, and
Mm,
you have a decent. I mean, I guess Skarner and Udyr engage in the same way. Like they're both going to build Chem Tank and just run at you.
mm,
Yona can at R engage. Oriana has her ball, and she has like the Wukong and the Udyr to deliver it. But it's going to be Wukong flanks and Ashe ults to engage these fights. I think from the
yeah.
side of Vert is the word. On the other side, you have the Yone who can hit go and Thresh hooks, which we were just talking about. It Spirit was on them last game, hitting them even when he didn't want to sometimes.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. If he pops off again with those hooks, who knows? But I think there's a lot of engage, and the Ori ball is always something to worry about. But the Skarner pick, maybe it's enough. Maybe it's enough to
Yeah.
stop some of this wombo if you just pull a player out.
I don't know, man. Give it to me right now. Give it to me right now. What's your prediction?
Oh, easy pick, TPF.
Yeah, I like visuals alone.
Mm,
I'm with you,
okay.
but blood is constructed alternatively. I'm not gonna say he's built different, but the man
Yeah,
has a bit of a carry gene that surfaces in times like this,
sure.
and
Um,
I think we're about to see it.
I hear you. I hear you. I think he had his moment of running it down last game.
It's
And I
all out of
think
his
he might have
system.
gotten that bug out of him, correct? We'll see. We'll see. Because, like you said, Mordekaiser ult played right can take the Wukong engage out of it. So it's going to be up to Blood to find those
Yeah,
interesting engage paths.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you can buy a QSS though. And I mean, Blood's gonna blood, but I mean, you say that means two things, right? Blood's gonna lane well, and he's gonna int late. Like that's what that
Mm,
means. So we'll have to see which one wins out stronger. I mean, it's also interesting. Like Wukong, he's that bruiser, he's that juggernaut, but he's gonna kill the Ziggs pretty easily, probably. But other than that, there's no like great targets for him to like get on and just beat the crap out of, because like Skarner, Mordekaiser, Yone, they're all gonna be diving your backline,
right.
right? So and then like we've mentioned it a few times in passing. I don't really want to talk about Udyr too much because the champion just like turbo broken still.
Hmm.
The thing just is ridiculous. But I mean at the same time, like it's a better version of Skarner right now, and it runs fast and it clears and it does things. It doesn't have the same lockdown, but my goodness, it's one of those junglers that's gonna run straight, really fast at you in a straight line and be super annoying.
Yep, definitely gets a lot of the tankiness too with the chem tank and all the rest. So he's something to behold on the Rift. And we're loading in here. We'll see which team can put their mouth where their money is. I think that's how the saying goes. And come out with a game 3 victory, stay alive, go into the semifinals, keep the dream of TCL glory alive.
Yeah, there's all $90 in the prize pool for the victors. That's $90 a person, in case you weren't counting.
Wow.
Yeah, buy yourself, I don't know, a crappy bottle of whiskey with that if you like whiskey. I'm not a whiskey person personally.
Crappy bottle for $90.
I
Oh, if
mean,
you're new to the
so
whiskey
the
market.
explanation there is that so two things, right? Number one, if you don't know it, Lucifer is an alcohol. That's his business. Number two is all whiskey is crappy. That's my secret.
Yeah. Lots to unpack there. Not gonna get too much into as we get onto the riff, but TJ stopping AI box from coming in for the free word throws up a little blitzcrank question mark as though he knows he's there.
Yep. As was pointed out in the chat by our genius producer Droid on the sticks, QSS, huge value this game. We were talking earlier how sometimes in this league people don't buy QSS when they should, but you'd have to be a real fool to not get it against the Skarner and the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Dare say it's worth buying second item after you complete your first core.
I mean, have you ever disagreed with me?
How do I agree with you here? Have I ever disagreed with you? No. Is that like disagreeing? I don't know. I was thinking hard about that. Like I'm saying no. The Notre Dame difference not coming through. Anyway,
okay.
Sandy on the carry.
Getting poked out early.
GG. Yeah, that's the melee range matchup in the mid lane, though. Should be okay with the Doran's shield to heal a little bit back up there.
We do see opposite side starts for the junglers. Blood, both everyone like faking the leash or actually leashing, so no super duper knowledge about where anyone starts. Actually, we do have those early deep red side wards from the Purple Flames. Maybe get some vision on TJ as he goes on to his Krugs there, but we'll see. Let's see. Will the level 2 Mordekaiser come through and give a big health advantage for the third game in a row?
Not quite sure. Blood does seem to have a little bit of a CS push advantage to get that level 2 earlier than Bovie. But, yeah, staying around. Yeah. Just poking at the minions, not taking a bad trade like he did in that one game.
They're doing their thing. Spirit.
Ooh, hook just missing there on Dev as they hit level 2 a little early.
Yep. Just 0-1. That's a 0% wait rate. You see, the thing is, right now, it sounds like I'm flaming Spirit. I'm not flaming Spirit. Yeah. I'm flaming you. So Spirit, when you watch this game tomorrow while you're supposed to be working, just know I'm not flaming you. I'm flaming Lucy for having faith in you.
Okay. I mean, I'm with them. They hit that early level 2. May as well throw the hook. You never know what you're going to come up with out of the water. And that Zig's putting a lot of damage early onto that Ashe.
Yep, Blood bullying this Mordekaiser as well. Not the same power pick we've seen early, but I mean, it's still early. Just have Blood pick up these waves here, see what happens. Blood's getting a little invade action down, supporting his jungler, getting that Tribush ward. Although Skarner did start bot side, so they're just going to trade the scuttles here. Udyr is 2 camps ahead, because that's what the champion does. Yeah, he has full
AI coming in here. Gonna look for the stun. Not quite gonna land on the bird who got the speed up with his W, so able to walk that one out. Didn't have to blow any summoners for it, and AI just testing his reactions a little bit there.
Yep. Udyr with the full jungle clear at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That's what the champion does so well. But because of the bot and the mid pushes, the Skarner will have the uncontested scuttle in the bottom river. But at the same time, like, Udyr knows that Skarner didn't take all of his camps, so he's looking for any that are up. He's just going to gobble all that farm as fast as he can. He's on the Krugs right now. And yeah, Udyr gonna Udyr.
Yeah, absolutely. In the bot side, getting this pushed into turret. A lot of poke coming from the Ziggs, but he is going to worry a little bit about the mana. A little bit of healing coming forward from the Taric, so nothing too sketchy yet for Devin.
We haven't talked too much about this Taric pick. We really haven't. And as I said, I don't want to say for certain, but I believe this is the first Taric of TCL.
Sure.
I mean, what Taric does so well is like that disengage, right? Or that just that like that.
He's gonna get on and find TJ in his jungle. Level 5 already. That is the power of the Udyr, who's already getting out of there. I hate that champion. He's so fast, clears so quickly, and gets away scot free with that one.
Yeah, I don't know if he got the entire camp, but he definitely is 11 farm up right now. Box just discovered that his Krugs are gone. He's going to have to back right now. But yeah, as
and
I
here
was
comes
saying.
TJ around the backside. Gonna look to get the stun onto Sauce, who steps forward. I don't know why getting onto Blood, and they're actually gonna look to dive on a turret a little bit. Not quite TJ getting out of there with his speed up. That champion's crazy. Blowing the flash on Booby.
Sauce looked like he wanted to dodge something there, but there's like nothing to dodge from either of those champions. So not sure what that one was. Interesting, but he gets away. Has to trade his summoner flash there. That is all okay. He didn't die, and he's doing well on farm. Can catch the wave as it pushes back into him. Early Seekers get that armor itemized as well against the Wukong. Yeah, the Taric with the ult. I mean, it's really what it's about, right? The ult, the stun. I mean, sure, he gives you a little bit of healing. Gives you a little bit of armor and MR, stuff like that when he's bonded to you. A little cheeky trade by Sandy. But I think the ult, it's going to be on Bully to play it well with the ult and the exhaust to really time it to keep his people alive when like the Sandy Snake ult and the Ziggs ult comes down and the Skarner pulls someone in. If you can get the ult on them, then guess what? It doesn't really matter that they're I mean, the positioning matters, sure, but it won't matter too much. They won't get blown up during the course of that Skarner ult.
Right, now Ziggs and AI Box are going to be able to get onto this Dragon, look to secure the first Infernal. Should be kind of free, but Udyr is walking his way down. He is up in farm and almost level 6, but does use Smite on this camp, so not going to have that quite available. They do pick up that Dragon very smartly there, and yeah, the gold lead being 500 already is pretty much based solely on TJ's farming.
Yeah, that's something we've seen like consistently throughout this entire series is the side of Purple Flames rotating really well to get that early Drake. That's the third time they've picked up first Drake at like 6.5 minutes. They have that piece of it down pat. Now they just need to get their mid game to go as well.
Yeah, and if they play like game 2 there, I don't see any reason why they can't.
If Yone gets to 8-1, then it'll go well.
You're willing to say the game's going well?
Yes, at that point I will say the game's going well. But, I mean, they also won't have, like, the double supports with the Seraphine giving, like, dummy healing to everyone. I don't know. Maybe Tail Whip goes Moonstone Renewer. It's not the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Now, here comes the Bearman, up 2 levels, looking to steal away the Raptors again. Yone trying to work his way over, but is chunked down to about half health. AI Box trying to now get onto his red buff with the help of Bovie. If TJ walks in here, he is going to be in this 2v1. Might get ulted in by the boss of the sauce. He is, and he's going to go very low. This is a 3v1. Fails the flash!
Someone clip it.
Flip it.
Someone
Send it to the wall of shame, baby.
TJ doing Udyr things, including...
No mana on Bird. He's going to dodge the ulti there. Sandy coming forward with a lot of damage. If he had hit that ult, maybe something could come of it, but does whip it. No mana on the Orianna, so a good call to go for something, but...
Yep, definitely like the attempt there. Does fall a little bit flat, though. Bird doesn't have to blow anything there. Is able to walk it out with that smooth sidestep.
Okay, I'm watching this bot lane, and something Devin should probably keep in mind to a degree is I hold my step there as I get some damage onto Devin, push him away. The Lantern comes through, dodges the flash down from Bully. That was really well played. Spirit, fresh main question mark, and Devin recently got bombed away by Tailwhip. Is too far away from this fight, so they disengage it easily. Nice play from that bot lane to escape without blowing any summoners.
Yep, really well played by Spirit there. A little bit late on the play, but maybe it just came off of cooldown. Gonna find everything to nitpick I can. But yeah, no, fantastic job on the Lantern. Great job. Once again, I mean, it was a good gank timing by the Udyr, like coming in right when they wasted both like the knockaway and the hook. But yeah, they were just able to run it out.
Yeah, really well played there.
You were saying something about Devin.
Yeah, I was saying something earlier. Devin is standing right on the caster creeps in lane right now, trying to lane against this Ziggs, who's getting both the damage poke in with his Q and the free push. So at least if I was Devin, I'd be standing off of the caster creeps when laning against the Ziggs, just to try and avoid that double bonus the Ziggs is getting to push the wave in while also getting a fat Q to the face.
Okay, so I mean, Giga Brain, maybe he's just like trying to boost Tailwhip's stats so it doesn't look as bad because he's already lost in his mind. Nah, just kidding. Dev's a winner. Dev's a winner.
That's the Notre Dame difference. It's down about 13 farm right now. The Ziggs is farming very well. Going to be able to push this wave into turret, I expect. And yeah, look to get some more pressure on the turret. Obviously, Ziggs known for his turret taking.
He indeed is. You get a couple points in that W, can take it down from more than you would expect very early. And with these plates, with the 2 people pushing the lane, it's a definite threat. Blood appeared has so much pressure, probably was just going to solo the Rift Herald.
Yeah, he's also up almost 40 farm right now. So kind of doing what he wants right now in this Wukong into the Mordekaiser matchup. But Sandy looking for some poke damage on the Verd. Nothing quite substantial enough to kill yet, but trading where he can.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's doing fine. Like, the melee versus range matchup is definitely not easy, especially against someone like Orianna, who, I mean, she took phase rush. She's going to position really well all the time, poke you out with those autos. Doing a great job. Down a little bit of farm, but to be expected.
Yep,
Maybe
definitely.
not 2 waves of farm. That's actually.
Oh boy, yeah, Box has to push another homeless man off camp.
I think we've seen this one before.
Yeah. The AoE wave clear from TJ allows them to do the camp while he's doing it. Now they are going to ult onto him. They're going to try to get the damage down. Ignite goes down as well. The ulti is going to land. They're going to get some damage on the TJ. Might pop with enough with the Ignite. Not quite enough. Going to be able to escape with just a sliver of health. Wasn't able to commit apparently all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, great attempt. Like, I think that was the correct play to make. Just didn't have quite enough damage there to completely knock them out of the park. And if you don't kill the deer and you don't have any CC left, he's just gonna run away.
Now, Tailwhip does have a blue buff, so he's gonna be able to throw his abilities willy-nilly right now and push these waves all the way to Turret on repeat. Good. Yeah, it feels real good being the Ziggs right now.
Imagine if you were like an ADC and you got a 10-minute red buff. How would that feel?
Feels Ivern, man, which is why I demand my jungler play it all the time.
How does your team captain, the smartest man I know, feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, does it matter?
Yes.
Nah, I would say as an ADC it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they're going to try and rotate the bot pressure that they got into a dragon, tie it up 1-1 as it spawns. Devs here, no contest.
They're going to take
on
this,
top
no
side. Probably looking to shut down a little bit of that Bloodbath and Beyond power session going on up there. That it looks like, did I see the Mega Inferno Bomb come through?
You
Trying
did.
To steal dragon. Okay.
And it missed by about 2 seconds, maybe 3.
Yep. Good attempt. Not quite going to be able to get that, but
it was an attempt. I agree.
Big farm gap starting to show between the jungles and the top side, so it's going to be on the mid lane, and even that's down a bit of CS, so a little bit onto this Tailwhip Ziggs to keep pushing his advantage to keep that gold close enough.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, even with those farm gaps, they're still very competitive with the gold. I mean, it's tied up there, so nothing too concerning yet. You just have to make sure that doesn't spiral, which is something that the Rift Herald definitely helps with, because it'll give you that. I mean, it'll give you about a kill's worth of gold with the 2 plates off.
Yeah, but not pressuring anything other than a couple plates worth of gold.
Sure.
You know, Bloodbath and Beyond didn't get the most use out of it, which is fine, because if Bovie's going even with this guy, honestly, I think that's a bit of a win for TPF.
Is he going even? I don't know. Can we see a quick glance at the gold?
500 gold. 500
that's down.
like
Yeah, I'll take that.
We take those. We take those.
No doubt. Blood. I mean, and yeah, this is no flame to Bovie. Blood's a very hard person.
Yeah,
to
no, absolutely.
Blood's
I think
a fantastic
many
player.
would
He's doing a
argue
great job.
Probably one of the best top laners, if not the best in the league. So
I mean, it's hard to say that. If you give, the Irelia main Irelia, then it's gonna.
Are you talking about Bad Barn right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm so sorry. I'm blanking. Someone in the chat, tell me who I'm thinking of.
Maybe a Lyle?
No, it's not. Is it Lyle? Is Lyle?
I have no idea who you're talking about. Meanwhile, Ziggs
Tolson. Thank you, Monkey. Tolson.
Turret.
Tolson is an Iron main, and Tolson is an Irelia main, and that man's like D1 with Irelia.
Okay, gotcha.
But much like Lost in the Sauce is
what in the world?
Main?
How did that just happen? AI box all around her turret. Maybe looking for a play, but got ulti by the Orient, but ult goes way wide from Devin. TP also coming through. It is now going to be a turnaround opportunity as the hook lands, but the ulti as well. Can they get enough down? Reform Bully going to be going low. They do pop Devin. Lost on Sauce gets the kill as the ulti comes through from Yone. They're going to be able to pop on a Reform Bully, and TJ is going to probably go next. Easy kill picked up by Tailwhip, and TJ's running for his life. The bear that he is gets hooked by Spirit. TPF with the big plays across the map. Going to be able to pick up a turret 2 while Blood tries to get that turret on the top side if he hasn't already. It's gonna be a race for first turret. Oh, just picked up by the Bloodbath and Beyond special. So
yep, it is in satchel range. You see the little icon over the turret, but it was on cooldown. That's okay. They answer back with it, and after the less than great play by AA Box dying underneath the turret, that was a great response by his team to make sure they're getting other things on the map.
For sure, and great TP use.
Look how much that did for Bovie. Look at his scoreline right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Really great TP to get into that fight. Even with the Terror Cult, they were able to kill everybody. Big kills coming on to priority members. Sandy picking up a kill going over to Ziggs as well. And like you said, Bovie picking up 2 as well. That's just what they needed.
Yep, no doubt. Now imagine if AI Box hadn't died there, but you can't have it all sometimes. You got to take what you can get.
Yeah, I agree. No problem there as they pick up the turrets top and bot side, so the map's going to open up a little bit more. But again, those priority members are going to have good kill potential for these fights. Tailwhip's very strong on that Ziggs already, farming very well and already got his mythic item finished.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we talk about like the lack of Seraphine for the healing, but you also got to talk about like the increase in damage they have now, right?
Yeah.
They have so much more with the Ziggs, and
oh my! Hook going through all the way to the backside on the verge. Huge damage coming as well. They're going to be able to kill Bully. Ult come on the Spirit. Rudy! This dude's nuts!
Yep, that was a good hook.
Oh, yeah, Box might be a little caught out here, though. Gonna get pushed back by Tailwhip. Gets a lot of damage down. Great cleanse by Tailwhip. Call him Captain Jack. As TJ's all the way in the backline, does kill Spirit somehow, and Blood's gonna run all the way through, getting a double kill himself. Oh, no.
They went maybe a little bit... Oh,
but here comes Yoni. Flash away from Devin to try and stay alive. Gonna turn around to Blood to get as much damage as he can. A lot of damage coming through on that Ashe. Q's landing galore. Oh, my lord. Here comes the homeless man. And another kill picked up by Blood. That's not what you want to see.
Not in the slightest. It looked like they had a great thing there with the pick on Divert, but they just went a little bit too hard and couldn't quite do it.
Yeah. That's the power of Udyr and, you know, Wukong. Able to dive up under turret on those low health members and kill them both. I think they stepped a little too far forward. Bit off a little more than they could chew at where they were in the game. Should have just taken the win that they got and played around the dragon that was coming up soon.
Yeah, a little bit of an overstep there. Something that, I mean, maybe they're just a little bit excited, still riding the high off of game one, that they didn't need to do. They're down 2k gold now, and that hurts. From a spot that was even, they're now playing a little bit from the back foot. By no means it is over, but Blood's sitting at 3-0 now. He's a little bit scary. You're just going to have to play these team fights real carefully and real well.
Yeah, that was a very scary monkey man, no doubt about it, as he comes forward, stuns onto Bovie, and here comes the stun over the top two with the... Oh man, with the tag, gonna pick up a kill there for free.
Yep, Sauce just a little far forward there, gets absolutely chain stunned out, and we're having some of those instances again where just because Spirit can hit those hooks, those aren't necessarily the hooks that he wants to be hitting. Not putting that on him, just saying like hooking the Udyr is not going to do too much right now. As we've seen a few times this game. I mean, Spirit hooked the man under turret, and then the Udyr killed him and then ran away, and then came back at full health to kill the Sandy.
Yeah. Now, the question is, can Sandy get strong enough that maybe he can potentially carry this game as they get over to the Riptail after picking up the Dragon? Power of Udyr as he just farms everything he wants and goes everywhere he wants. Ah, man, that champion.
They're doing the things that they do. Down 40 farm in the jungle, which I'm gonna say is not an AI box diff. He's been playing great. That's just an Udyr difference. But I mean, what do they do to get back in this game? They got to really play to their comp's advantages here. Set up a push, maybe get the Mordekaiser top when he has TP back up, and let Ziggs poke out. Ziggs is still super strong, and look for a flank engage from the Yone to really tear apart their team, you know?
Yeah, they just need to get some more time to poke. Their damage doesn't come really up front, all in on a team fight like it does for Vert is the word. So if they get a lot of poke in from the Ziggs, use a great Bovial to stop the engage on either TJ or Blood, then maybe they can win a team fight after. But I don't think fighting these fights starting at full health for everybody is exactly what they want to do with their comp.
No, not at all. They're going to need to get the shutdown to Blood. The man's worth 700 gold right now, 400 for the bounty, 300 for the kill, and it's going to be important that we get that money onto one carries. Blood, positioned pretty aggressively right here, is going to run up on the box.
Play on that. Box is spotted out, but he's
Box runs real quick.
Jumped on. Here comes flashes away instead of opting to go for the lantern. Gonna see TJ here. Walks back up. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. He's gonna suppress on the TJ. Arrow's coming down mid. I don't know where Box is going with his ulti. There was no team member around to follow that up and dies for his sins.
I mean, if you look at it, there's like 4 of them in the area, but like there's not 4 of them grouped together.
Yeah, we got a Riptail mid now. We'll see where this can go. They still have the ulti from the Taric to start a lot of the engage. They might be able to dive this turret with the Rift coming through as well. And this could potentially snowball out of control if they let this fight come in.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a throw in the mid lane, part 2, for the side of Purple Flames, but they're going to have to settle down and recover. This game's not over. They still scale very, very well.
Absolutely, but like you said, they just got to play it smart and calm. And AI Box panic flashing, I think to a degree, could have easily gotten out there with the Thresh Lantern as they see Vert up alone. might be able to pick up a little freebie here. Sandy going for it, but is going to have to go back after he uses his ulti. Is it enough to get the kill? It is. Pop. Good kill going over to the carry.
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty good about that through this entire series, no matter where they're at, is getting those picks on the people who are pushing. But it's always a question of how much they're giving up on the other side of the map. I mean, you just have the Udyr and the Wukong just, like, pounding down on these turrets. They're going to take the reset here in preparation for, I guess, the Baron spawning in a few seconds. Probably not. Just getting a good reset off. It's a good time. Kill's still pretty close, but with that farm difference, they're looking at about a 3K gold lead. For the side of Verd is the word.
Yeah, and they're down 3 levels in the jungle right now, and that's just part
insane.
of the brutality that is Udyr. That champion just runs around farming willy-nilly and is still available to be anywhere on the map after, just based on how his kit works. The cooldown on his E to give him the speed boost is like literally 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, I think we need to see Box calm down a little bit. He's played very well so far this series, but I mean, you're right. The flash was a questionable decision, but even more so was the decision to go back in and ult the Udyr and drag him out. You know, like he could have just run away there. He didn't have to die.
Absolutely, and I think it's just you get the itch maybe when you're playing Skarner that you have your R, you can pull someone back, but playing it safe and cautious is not always the wrong play.
Bro, if you have an itch, you should probably get it checked out, especially when there's a crab involved.
Oh my god.
Scorpions are a member of the crab family. That was funny.
Jesus Christ. Alright, meanwhile on the top side, they might be able to get onto Blood, who once again is stepping out a little bit on his own. Thresh coming through as well. There is not a dragon up just yet. Spirit does see him. They're going to opt to dish away from it. Meanwhile, Ash is a little bit out of position. AI Box might be able to see this and go in. He's calling for the assist pings. Does Chem Tank onto him. Death flashes away prematurely. No ult thrown out. Fully going to try and keep him alive as they're going to go all in and get the ulti down. Hook doesn't land on time, but it doesn't matter because they killed Dev. Soft pulls in fully to the ultimate, but that's probably not for the best as his team is going to take it from Bloodbath and Beyond right now. And Tail Whip running for his life. Great hook landed by Spirit to disengage the fight. AI Box going very low, but here comes Bovie trying to pull these tanky deep boys off of their team members. Sandy coming around, trying to fight on the Blood, who does have his monkey clone away, and the fight is on. We're going to see how this turns out. Here comes Bird to clean up some of the fight. Tail Whip doing what he can, but it's just not enough damage. Their members are too tanky right now as TJ's walking forward. Hook coming through, does land. They're going to be able to get some free damage on the Bird. Misses the Q on a hook target, questionable from Tail Whip. But wow, are those man tanky. 2 for 2 at the end of the day, but they pick up a dragon on the backside.
Yeah, honestly, just not the best series of events, but it trades positive for the side of Verd is the word. Doing really well there.
Yeah, that's going to put him towards Soul Point. Luckily, it is only a Cloud Drake, but that does mean TJ's going to run just as fast, if not faster, so maybe it's not that lucky.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Soul Point, as we've talked about before, just really puts the clock on. Still only down 1 kill, but those 2 dragons really just going tick, 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 tick in the back of their mind.
Yep, and meanwhile, AI Box starting in the jungle where he is new to 0-4 right now on the Skarner, but did get that nice vision play to see Dev alone. Saw Dev blow his flash, did not shoot the R out at the
Really?
Skarner. Stepping a little far forward, it's going to get pulled back in. These are the picks they need. Sandy with a freebie.
No, what I'm laughing at there is just like the Skarner steering him into the center of the ult.
I gotta respect it. That
just looked really funny. It's like, nope, just a little bit. It's like
driving right there.
It's like when you're getting a family picture session or something. It's like the photographer's like, just a little bit to your left, you know?
I love it, man. Yeah, good damage coming through. Another kill on the Yone. He's quietly 3-1-2, building his way into this game. Could this be another Sandy gameplay?
Also, fun fact from the chat: turns out the Skarner is more closely related to Elise than he is to Urgot.
Today we learned. Now, Devin is sitting up here all alone. Gonna be looking to go for him again. He has no flash. The ulti's not quite gonna be. Oh, AI Box. Oh, no.
Box. That's not
no way. Oh, I had the TP.
Oh, no. Oh,
it's cancel as the turret explodes. Taylor's gonna run for his life, but there's no lantern for him just yet. Here it comes. They're gonna probably put a ward on it if they can. Yep, there it is. Smartly putting wards all around that lantern so he can't click on it. Wow. Good effort on Blood to look for the teleport as he's going to go under turret to try and stay alive. Here comes the dive, and he does kill Bobby.
I mean, maybe it would have been better if they let that teleport complete. Bobby wouldn't have died, but
yeah,
I mean,
that's like
you
a
can get there.
free Baron right here, right now.
Would have been a 5-head play. Yeah, Box was a lot far forward there to start that playoff. Not a great look from him. And this is going to be a quick 25-minute Baron, 24.5-minute Baron. with Dragon spawning here in probably about 2 minutes.
Yeah, can really get for Verta's the word off of the back of that play. Just bit off more than they could chew mid lane. Really going in for Devin, but somehow, some way, they managed Skarner to take the aggro. I think it has something to do with that burn coming through from the chem tank. Picks up the turret aggro, so he thinks he needs to walk forward to get out of it, not knowing he's walking to his death right there. Unfortunate for him, is going to drop, and Devin is able to live.
Yeah, Devin getting out again. He's been doing a really good job this entire series about staying alive. Honestly, doing his best.
Yeah, ulti being used there by TCL to clear that bot side, so at least they can get that pushing before the dragon comes around. Fully stepping up here again with the AP damage here. That doesn't clear the way just that fast. These Baron minions do have a lot of magic resist, but gonna be enough for TCL to clear it out for now. As here comes the Bear Man. Probably don't want to go all in onto him, as they're gonna stun right back onto Adbox. Lantern throw down and able to skate away for now.
Yep. Just the layering, and based on like where this game's at, the team fight's just so much easier for the side of Verta's the word at the moment. They have the gold lead to do some things with impunity, and all they have to do is keep the pressure on with this Baron until Dragon comes, and then keep the pressure with the Baron on until the Dragon comes up, fall back, get that soul, and close this one out pretty cleanly. That's what they're thinking.
Yeah, TJ's running around like the monkey that he is, able to just stay as tanky as he wants to. Oh god, it's disgusting to watch.
I get the feeling you have some strong opinions about that champion.
It's just so brainless and
I'm
so
just
strong.
I'm just an empath, you know. I'm really intuitive about those sort of things.
Yeah, man. I don't know, but he's playing it very well. More credit to him. Did int a couple kills and a little bit of pressure in the early game, but has turned it around since to snowball the lead up to 6K, and that's been a lot of help coming through for Blood too. Now Wukong, one of his strongest picks, as they do suppress Berg. Gonna pull him all under turret, who does land a 2-man ult. Is he gonna live? Sandy does get the kill with the shutdown kill there. TJ gonna try and get away from this. A lot more damage coming through, but I hate that champion. Running away like he wasn't even worried about it. Able to get out. They do pick up the one shutdown kill, but are gonna drop the mid turret and mid inhibitor for it. You hate to see it, man. You hate to see it.
Yeah, not a fun thing to see. But with that dragon spawning here in less than a minute, they're gonna have to be in position to fight, and they used a couple of key ults during that.
Yeah, they're gonna look for another fight here. Stun lands on a TJ, but nothing too substantial. Reform Blade does have his ultimate. Blood is in base, so they might actually want to take this fight. Spirit Fate going very low. Is gonna be able to get away with a flash. No more follow-up coming through here as the dragon is spawning, and low health members now for all of TPF. If they want to fight for this soul, they're gonna get right onto the dragon. I think they're just gonna give
It's gotta be a
Cloud
Zig
soul.
steal. It's gotta be a Zig steal. If they have any chance here.
Yeah, no bomb in the
any chance to
sky.
steal.
That's gonna be the dragon.
Yep, it is gone. They have the Cloud Soul, not the most impactful of the souls. It's no Ocean Soul.
Flash forward from Bloodbath and Beyond, gonna go right at the tail whip, who's actually gonna get used to Zanya's, but he's probably gonna die to the second iteration of oh, not quite! Spirit of VTW is gonna get him just out of there! And here comes the hook coming through as well. They're gonna get a lot of damage on the Blood, who might have hinted for it, who already used his flash. He's on the turret range, and it's gonna be a 4v1. Is no one seeing him? Oh, he's in Bovie's. Oh, Bovie, what are you doing? You're at 4-man around you. Why don't you let them help you, man? Instead, letting him run all the way to the turret. They're gonna try and get the kill away, but yep, Zig's picking up a huge shutdown. Blood flashing.
So well played from Spirit. Like, I don't know if they saw him on one of those wards in the jungle running up, but like that was an insta-flay. Like that was so quick. Like,
yeah.
Well played by Spirit there with the flay, then the lantern away.
He's been looking crisp on this Thresh lately. At least
Definitely had some highlight moments this game, or these games.
And yeah, I mean, Blood instant down there for absolutely no reason.
I don't know, man. Let's talk about those Udyr mechanics.
You want to talk about those Udyr mechanics? I do not. So we won't. Yone trying to farm up as much as he can. Does have the Phantom Dancer now. He's going to be attacking a lot to try and get any consistent damage down. And Blood still in the death realm. He's gonna, if he gets too many of those away, man, I don't know. Gonna leave a little bit of a window open for TPF. Also, this jungle level lead has grown to 4 now, so AI box sadly only level 12. Got 1 level on their support Spirit. It's tough sailing in that jungle right now.
It's definitely not the smoothest of paths, but I mean, we got to focus on the bright side. Yone's 4-1, probably has his full third item when he backs, and the Ziggs is sitting at 3 items. If they can buy some time with this wave clear, it's just that because they took like the soul at like 26, 27 minutes, the Elder Drake's going to be spawning here real quick, and that's not something you can give.
No. And like you said, with the Elder Soul, stun coming forward, gonna get some damage there on the TJ. They're looking for this fight a little early, but they do have the ult from Reformed Bully to stop all the damage. Blood's gonna come around the side. We might be seeing something a little crazy here. He is spotted on the ward. Thrown on the side, expecting him to be there. They are gonna push him away smartly, but they do opt to give the turret, falling back to the inhibitor turret line, knowing that Bloodbath Vivian has a scary flank potential there, as fed as he is.
Good heads-up ward on the side there to make sure they didn't get decimated by those 5-man ults we were talking about in the pregame. I mean, Bobby's got to be real quick with that trigger. When he sees the monkey coming and spinning, you got to take him out of the team fight to give your team a chance to get some damage down.
Couldn't agree more. And meanwhile, the Baron is coming up very shortly, so I expect to see some people get some backs, hopefully get that last little inch of itemization that they can before these fights break out for the big objective, because I think this Baron buff, if it goes over to Bird is the word, that could just be the game. It'll give them so much siege potential that they need to finish up what they have. Potentially send TPF to the loser's bracket.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they looked really good in game 2.
Literally, look at that champion. Oh my god, literally running Hot Wheels circles around the red zone.
Running laps right now.
I hate it. I hate it. Big 3-man stun actually landed. This could be a big blood play here. He's gonna invis in, gonna go in, gonna get a big ult down to AI box. Only the tanky members are right now. Gonna get ulted by the Skarner. Is gonna get popped, but ooh, flashes away. Tailwhip gonna have to go to the zone. Just Yone with the huge ult on the backside. Gonna get a lot of damage down, but it's all negated by Reformed Bully, who's gonna get the huge counter ulti coming through. And it's just Sandy 1v4, and that is a champion that is not balanced. So. Flashing away from the stun, TJ doesn't care because he's playing Udyr, running all the way into the fountain, gets the stun down, even taking a laser shot. Doesn't matter, it's Udyr. And this could be the game, Rudy.
I think that's going to be it. The death timers are too long. Sandy doesn't have the damage to do it. Unless his ult comes up here. No, his ult's not going to come up nearly enough in time.
Yeah. Team Vertus.
It respawned!
It's a Cloud Fiesta! Okay, TJ's low health. Can they get onto him? Spirit walking forward looking for a hook. Throws it just wide at TJ.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Comeback.
That's only 2. That's only an inhib now. Well, inhib and, turrets. But who needs turrets on your Nexus? As long as your Nexus is still standing, you haven't lost the game, you know?
Oh, baby.
Dude, I tell you what, hats off to Bully.
They rode it straight to Baron, and TJ's low, so maybe they think they can contest it. Blood also pretty far from this. They see it with the blue trinket, and that Baron's not going down super fast. They can make a play on this themselves.
That would have been the throw.
Go.
Dude, what do you mean? I guess, actually, pull trig, boys.
Call it, boys. Call the play. You need it to come back, and they do have Bovie with the TP, but he's probably worried about the back door right now. They do see blood. They should go for this Baron. Oh, here comes the TPs. They're looking for the back door, I think. Oh, it's Ori pushing in the mid lane. They're respecting it because they know Blood and him could run it straight and end the game. Bird does have the spell shield passive there, so not going to be able to just go in. AI box smartly recognizing that, not blowing a Skarner ult on it. And now it's Bird's the Words team. Getting over to Baron. Their members got the health back, and this could be enough to end the game with Elder coming up right after.
Yeah, TPF was just running around like a chicken with their head cut off. They're like, we have the rotation, but we don't know what to do with it. Blood was able to buy enough time.
Oh, AI box. AI box. Make this might play. Oh, blue team does secure it. Tailwhip is actually really low. Flash over from Blood. It's going to kill him. Wow, gets away with Spirit of VTW, and here comes DJ. Arrow coming in, landing onto the thresh, but oh boy, it's a terrible to keeping everybody alive. This is now just free damage, kill everybody that you can. That's gonna be game. No inhib turrets alive. Sandy gonna jump in, do what he can on the damage side. Not enough to kill a single person. Bovie ulting.
Good job, Bovie.
Here, and that's
good luck
gonna
hitting him with a skill shot.
They're just gonna farm some kills now. Brutal. Hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. Alright, Udyr, get on the permaban list. Oh, let's go! Spirit doing what the people wanted. Getting rid of that champion.
So they come back with a convincing game 3 after dropping it like it was hot in game 2. Absolutely hated the thought of being ahead for that one, but unable to pull it out without the Seraphine buffing them up, and honestly just weren't able to make the plays that game. The first playoff game goes to Verd is the word. The first playoff series, that is. The first playoff win that matters. Verd is the word, takes it over the Purple Flames. Wow, that Ziggs tried his hardest, didn't he?
I mean, he really gave an A for effort. A lot of damage coming for it, but
Mm-hmm.
Udyr and Blood were just too far ahead and too tanky and Nately to get that damage through all the way, man. It's just those champions.
You know, it's sad to comment on because he didn't really have to do more, but
Mm.
that Ash damage is just abysmal.
Oof. It's an oof, for sure, for sure.
But you know, big shout outs to the winning team here. We got to decide. Honestly, like I know who I want for MVP. It's
Yeah.
got to be my man Verd.
You think Verd?
Did you see game
Really?
1? Did you see game 1?
I mean, sure, I thought the Zillion was strong, don't get me wrong, but do you also remember Blood
Yeah, it's
dominating game
just
1 and then
boring to
Blood
give it to Blood every
blowing up
time.
game 3?
Can we
Huh?
can we get Verd and Blood in here so we can talk to the carry and then the real carry?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to do 2 if we can
We'll
do 2.
see. We'll see if they're around and are willing to chat with us real quick. Oh, the good news is if Blood comes, we can flame him for game 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just looking for an interview. I also gotta say, by the way, before we get these interviews kicked off, shout out to AI Box stepping up big time, jumping
Yeah.
into the jungle role from an ADC position, and yeah, man, I don't know. That was nice of him to do so. You know, Aspen had to step away and did what he could for the team,
Yep.
and I respect that, man.
And I only expect TPF to look better as this series goes, or as the playoffs go on. They are not out of it yet. They still have a chance in losers bracket, but we can talk about those losers later. Right now, we got Blood and Verd joining us, fresh off of their first playoff victory. Guys, how you feeling right now?
Pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Verd,
saving my
anything to
teleport
say?
Yeah, I'm saving my teleport for game 4, but never
Saving your teleport for game 4.
never used
Okay.
it, man.
You know what? We were ready with the outfit change for game 4 if it came to that. But
Yeah.
that's not important. Right now, I got to say, first, let's get the flame out of the way. What happened in game 2, boys? You guys got absolutely stomped.
We let them have Seraphine, and that seems ridiculous.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is true. That is true. And then you turned it
Actually,
around, though.
Dude, their health bars just would not go down from the Seraphine shields and heals. It was insane.
That is what we saw as well. We looked at the Moonstone at 25 minutes and it had 10k.
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
Ridiculous.
It's more than a little bit.
Yeah.
But banning the Seraphine out, you're able to turn it around. The Mordekaiser had a pretty high prio pick this series. Game 1, tell us what you did, taking 2 turrets before 14 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know I was a little surprised actually that he was prioritizing the Mordekaiser so much because the first game it was just kind of like we weren't really planning on picking it until towards the end when we had drafted like a double AD threat and then they had like Skarner and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, we kind of got what we wanted game 1. We had a lot of comfortable picks and then just kind of snowballed our comfort into some early advantages.
Verd, I think you established yourself as a superior Zillion player in the league with that game, but I know you don't like being known as like a Zillion main. How do you feel about that?
Oh no, I like playing Zillion, man. I don't know. I played so much of him that most of the time Blood has to ask me to play it.
Okay.
So everyone bans it, but honestly, I really have no interest in playing it most of the time. So
It's true. We do have to tell him you're gonna first pick Brazilian here.
Well,
he tries to weasel his way out of it too. He's like, "Are you sure? I mean, we could play something else."
Yeah. No, it was definitely good. I mean, you had a convincing performance on the Oriana, but man, that Zillion looked crisp in game 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very, very well done. And obviously, Blood, shout out to you doing a job, doing what Blood does the entire time, even in game 2, dying 5v1 in 30 minutes. Great to see. Love to see it. Give the people something to cheer on. Luciv, any words for our boys before we wrap it up here?
The TP there was perhaps not. Okay. Perhaps was a little ill-advised that I tried to help Bird.
Well, I actually had 2 game 1. Remember that? That was a pretty good play.
Yeah. We were TPing across the map for each other all series.
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
cute
yeah.
that y'all have that kind of relationship.
Oh
I
my
thought
god,
you guys,
that TP top game 1 while your team took the soul and then like you
Yeah.
all ran up there, wiped them, and into the game. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was
That was pretty sick.
yeah, I thought y'all played really well. Congrats
thank
to
you.
you going on into the playoffs. I think
Got to
team
play tomorrow
performance
again.
for the
Yeah.
best of what they had out there. I thought they played pretty well themselves. Really showed up in game 2, and I think if they had managed to pull that off, do you think they could have given you a sweat in game 3?
I mean, I don't know. I think we felt pretty comfortable in games 1 and 3, and honestly comfortable for the most part in game 2, just until the end when we started losing every fight. Because like checking the
I
goal
mean,
stats,
yeah.
like we did actually have a lead most of the
Mhm.
game, albeit a little.
It was
small.
back and forth the whole time, but they also had a
Yeah.
lot of the gold on the Yone, who was like
Yeah, they
8-1 before he became
definitely
13-1. Hard to
definitely
deal
scaled
with.
us pretty hard. So I mean, well played to them. I think they played well. I think they
Mhm.
looked definitely more threatening than we've seen before because we've scrimmed
Mhm.
against them a lot. And I think they looked pretty good here. So
Well, thanks for joining us tonight, boys. GG's and good luck tomorrow against Life of Appa. Is that correct?
no, we play Team Monkey Brains tomorrow.
Whoops. I don't know what's going on. I'm not in the playoffs. Who cares? Team Monkey Brains tomorrow against Verd is the word. That's going to be a hype matchup. I hope everyone who tuned in tonight is able to join us again tomorrow. It's going to be great. We are just getting started with this playoff run, though, so I hope you're all as excited as I am. Any last words for the folks at home, Luciv?
No, I would just say stay classy as we've been looking. Emulate us in your dreams, and you'll be successful in life. That's about it.
That's right. Dream about me tonight and tune in tomorrow. GG's and good night, everyone.